What I wanna know is this thing on? What the heck? Okay. Okay, well, I see my own comments in the chat box, but not like in the one that's actually on the screen. I don't know if anyone's around to even tell me if they can hear anything. I should probably turn off my big ass fucking box because if anybody is around, they're probably getting absolutely blasted with the box fan. I'm amazed. I still have all my old like what the hell do you call it? Like the stream assets and stuff. What the hell is this? Why is this in here? Yeah, the chat. Whoop. That's not accurate anymore. The chat box does not appear to be working. However, why is this in here? Okay. Hmm. Well, I do seem to be, some kind of live, so that's good. Hi, Gogo. Can you, hear me okay? You are a mod. I must have done that, the one previous time I've streamed on YouTube. That was years ago, if you remember. It was, playing, the Dark Souls randomizer, I think. What the heck is that emoji? It's like a ballot box. I see you. That's good. Yo, I can, react to these. Check it out. I could just spam the 100. Oh, hey, and I see you in the chat box on stream, too. That's weird. I don't see my own comments in that, but I see yours. But, I mean, yours are the important thing. Okay, I'm gonna try to actually, stream something in a second here. I see you, I hear you, I feel you. Freaking Healer Girls opening theme. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the restroom super quick, and then I'm gonna try streaming something. And we'll see if I can just get a little bit of a game going. Maybe I'll get somebody in the call. I wonder if Shredney's around or something. But yeah, I will be back momentarily. Do I have an old Be Right Back graphic I can use just in case anybody... What the hell? What is this? Get out of here. Oh, I made a streaming thing for Subnautica back in the day. That's a good game to stream. Did I ever actually stream that? I don't think I did. Oh, display capture. Car. Yeah, I don't know. I've got just, some random fucking pictures saved on here. I don't know why. Here. Just look at this picture of Logic until I get back. Okay, I'm back, and the experiment can thus continue. Let's see here. I'm gonna just put out a call on a couple different servers, and then time in forever. Come on by if you're bored. So now. By the way, is that actually... What am I trying to say here? Hi, Jagu. Is my fan just, like, absolutely blowing the fuck out of my audio? Like, is it just, like 24/7, non-stop, can barely hear me? I'm okay with, like, a little background noise, because this is, like, a very rough... Yeah, I have, like, literally not done this in a couple years at this point, but... So, like, a little background noise is fine, but if it's a major problem, then I will just turn it off, I guess. Now, the real question is... The real question is... Oh shit, I got... Somebody in the coven replied with a photo of their cat. Yo, Wolfie, what's up? The fan is loud. Okay. For now, I'm gonna react to that by just turning it the fuck off and having a beverage on hand. Hopefully, later in this week when I install my air conditioner in my window, it will just not be a concern anymore. But we'll see how things go. I'm gonna try playing something. I don't really know. I have, like... What the hell do I have that I could put on stream? I guess... Yeah, okay, let's see if this works. I don't know if you guys are hearing that. Please just, ignore, the sounds you're about to hear for a second. Yeah, return to title. Because here's my thought, okay? Everybody loves Poke Rogue now, right? Big fan of the Twitch layout for the YouTube stream. So, funny thing. Years ago, literal, actual, plural years ago now, I did actually do Twitch streaming fairly regularly. And if you go to the video section on this channel, you will see, like... You know, you will see archives of those streams, and those were over on Twitch. But that was back when Twitch was like a usable platform, which is kind of not the case anymore. I can see my reflection, nothing else. No, that's normal. There shouldn't be anything on screen right now other than, like, some pink doodads. If I keep doing this, I will at some point get a layout more suited to YouTube. I don't know what all YouTube even lets you do, because I don't really watch particularly many YouTube streams. So, but yeah, let me. How the fuck do you do this? Thoughts on Genius Party? Like the the fucking like collection of experimental shorts. I'm in favor of it. I like that one where they blow up the car at the end. That's a good one. And then I think the second Genius Party has a short called Dimension Bomb that is like pretty cool. That was before YouTube streaming was a thing. Was it really? Yeah, I guess it would have been, or at least it was like very much in its infancy at the time. Yeah, add a new source. Why is this not... Oh, sorry for the spoilers. Well, you don't know which one it is, so you can have that particular piece of information just kind of in the back of your mind. I do remember this being kind of a hassle, like doing anything in a browser window. No, that's... Why the hell do I still have Edge open? Get out of here. At least it's not kicked. Yeah. Very, very true, Wolfie. The reason I can't do Twitch anymore, incidentally, is because I do not have the login credentials for that account anymore. Okay. So, sorry about that. Display capture is normally the go-to. Oof. I guess we'll see how that works out. Ooh, enter the infinite. Yeah, I am going to turn down the volume of the browser window because otherwise this will be really loud. Now, how am I gonna do this and monitor you guys at the same time? I didn't really think about this. I guess I could just put it in a smaller window. This is like the jankiest fucking thing of all time. I just like put it in a smaller window and then have you guys on the side. Yeah, okay. This is how real ones do it. You have some great layouts for Mugcore. I don't know if there's a way to share them. Well, if there is, we can do that at some other point if you're willing to do that. Gosh, now it's all quiet. There's got to be a happy middle ground. What about like right here? There we go. Sound from something that's not me. Kino Peak Epic. People really love the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon music, huh? Alright, like, to add some reason for you guys to be here other than just, like, helping a friend out, give me a Pokemon and I'll see if I've got it, and we'll roll with that as our starter. If you don't know what Pokerogue is, by the way, you should get on that. It's the new wave. I should get my phone out so I can look at Discord while I'm doing this. Where the hell is it? Is it over here? Yes, it is. Thankfully still charged. Tinkaton, Munchlax, Marini. Well, Marini came through first, so let's try that. Yo, it's Planet Jane. It's true. It is me, Mawaru Ponydrum. I don't know who you are, but hello. 15-second delay? That's probably about accurate, yeah. I might be able to get multiple of these in here. I know I've got Munchlax. Chilling out up in the Gen 4 Pokemon department. I don't think I have Tinkaton, or else I would try to add Tinkaton as well. Well, it would be Tinkatink, but... yeah, I don't have that yet. Oh no, I do. It would just be over the thing. Okay, well we can... it would be very... very honest with you. I'm not good enough at Pokemon that we... don't worry about those other save files. That we need to worry about, you know, any of that. It's a Wooloo, guys. You've got about 18 seconds of delay. Yeah, I imagine it's, like, not particularly great. Oh, Calica. Oh, like... okay, yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Hello, Calica. It's not low latency mode, so that's normal. Fair enough. It also doesn't especially matter because you know, this is a turn-based game, so I'm gonna try to catch the Shroomish. Not for any particular reason other than I like Shroomish. This is how I make most of my decisions in this game, which is why I've only won once. It's just like, hey, I like that Pokemon. Wow, okay. I do have like 300 subs who could just show up to this event. That's true. I don't think any actually will, but if they did, that would be pretty funny. I have no idea what to put this on, by the way, but I'm gonna put it on something, so... Suddenly very self-conscious of my Pokerogue gameplay, which, you know... Just never, like, labor under the, you know... the misapprehension that I've claimed to be good at Pokemon, because I super have not. Someone is pinging me on Discord? Jagu, I genuinely do not care if you promote your YouTube channel, like, go nuts. This is not super important in terms of, like, criticality, but I am going to take a second to reply to it. A male sports anime. What anime is it? Is it, like, a Blue Lock or something? Haikyuu. Okay. Yeah, I've heard good things about Haikyuu over the years. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Is it Haikyuu? I don't know where you put the emphasis. Haikyuu. Look, Jagu is a type H, or sorry, a type B chatter, so please let him cause havoc. It's fine. At least for now. I have to say, like, so far, setting all this up has been relatively painless. I had the idea to do this, like, half an hour ago, and I'm already streaming, and there's people here. Which, like, not to put too fine a point on it, is a big improvement over how my first Twitch stream went back in the day. So, my self-promo message got blocked by Streamlabs. Oh no. You... Gogo, that's a terrible thing you just said. Alright. By the way, if you're curious about what this N means next to, a move name, it means that you can't use it. So, we will be getting rid of wide guard as soon as possible. And if you're wondering why there's moves in this game that you can't use, it is because the game is in beta. You said a swear and your message was blocked? Is there a way to turn the chat onto, like, I trust pretty much everybody here right now mode? Because that's crazy. Awesome game. It actually is, like, quite fun. Once you get the hang of it. And I'm gonna put an asterisk next to that quite fun, which is that it's quite fun until you lose a run. And then it becomes the worst game in the world. This is a Christian stream. It is super not. Do not come here looking for Christian content. You will be disappointed greatly. But yeah, the genesis of this idea, just if anybody was curious, was literally just switch from top chat to live chat. I can try that. Satan stream, let's go. Yes. Can I, like, star this message somehow? I would say Hail Satan, but I feel like YouTube might genuinely demonetize you for that. Yo, it's a Reviver Seed. Let's go. I don't particularly know, by the way, how long I'm going to be live, since genuinely I was just like, I want to see if this works. And now that I see that it does in fact work, I'm monetized. Probably not. I don't actually know how to check. Probably not. Scream if I love Satan. Am I going to pay my mods? Yeah, in script. The script just says one free hug from Jane on it. Well, that was an anticlimactic use of that item. Get me to 1,000 subs so I can feed my mods. For sure. I will not just embezzle the money and use it to buy a Lambo. Why is... Okay. Like, I know why, but why is it always a Lambo in those, like, situations? Thank you, Calica. I tell you too. like, it's never, like, nobody's ever like, ooh, I want, like, a nice Cadillac or something. Sink the yacht. We want to talk about any other current events? What did y'all think of Not Like Us? Because men have no taste in cars? Like, some men do. A friend of the channel, Paul Wall, has good taste in cars. I do a co-op stream where we argue about roguelikes instead of actually playing a game. No, I did see that, Wolfie. I just didn't reference it because there's, like, no way to show that message on stream. It's a Germa reference. This is strictly a Northern Lion household. Get out of here, please, with Germa references. Oh, we're so done. Oh, we're going to get bodied by a Starly. Okay. Alright. Many such cases. You don't get a game over screen or anything, by the way. It just kicks you back to the fucking title screen. What were some of the other suggestions? Tank-a-Tank and Gardevoir? Yeah, we could do, Tank-a-Tank and, well, it wouldn't be Gardevoir, it would be Ralts. I'm pretty sure I have Ralts. Yeah, there she is. Cycle gender. Cycle nature. Do we want a male one so we can potentially evolve it into a Gallade? That could be fun. I like never use Gallade. Is it Gallade, Galade, Galad? I don't know. I like never use that Pokemon. So sure. Also, having two fairy types on the team is like a little bit redundant, but given some stuff you run into later, not necessarily in a bad way. Boom Burst. Oh yeah, I forgot there's like a bunch of busted as hell egg moves. Does Tank-a-Tank have any? No. I don't... Boom Burst is a weird choice, but okay. I always assumed Galad. Me too, but I'm like self-conscious of how I pronounce Pokemon names ever since people gave me not a lot, but like a little bit of grief for Bibarel instead of Bibarel a few weeks ago when I was playing this in like a Discord call. It's like, I don't know, man. I just always assumed it was Bibarel. Get off my case! I did have somebody ask me on Discord, by the way, why the why the thumbnail is just a random screenshot from Salad Bowl of Eccentrics, a like C-list comedy anime airing right now, and the answer is that I took that screen cap to use it in an article several weeks ago, and it was just still sitting in my download folder. You need to say unalive even in the chat. You can't say die on YouTube even in the freaking stream chat. That feels like it should be my decision. Like, I don't... Like, the target audience of my streams is, like, maybe 20 of my friends, not 10-year-olds. What a shame it would be for a cute gal to aid me in my endeavors of world destruction. Wolfie, why are you talking about, I have the standard chat filter active. Okay, well somebody tell me how to turn that off at some point. Wolfie, why are you talking about the plot of Go-Go Loser Ranger? Also called Ranger Reject, also called... It's one of the ones where people call various different things. Never disrespect Hirosaka Yomi again? What? Why did I try to use a ball on this Weedle by the... Caterpie, by the way, it's not a Weedle. They kind of stopped... Well, okay, no they didn't. I was gonna say they kind of stopped making, like, the cute, like, worm Pokemon, but they totally made, Blipbug in Sword and Shield, so never mind. I heard Go-Go Loser Ranger got interrupted because the TV channel was playing golf. Is that why there wasn't an episode this week? That's incredible. Selfishly, I don't mind because I'm a little behind on that show, and it gives me, like, extra time to catch up. But, still. What do we got here? We're about to fight our rival, so the X special attack is probably not a bad take. Gotta play the fan-made Pokemon fighting game. Jagu, I think you are, very optimistic about the chances of me ever playing a fighting game of any kind on this channel. Literally, like, last year, like, early last year, I was playing just, like, just some random Guilty Gear, and I had what I thought was a decent, if admittedly very amateur match against somebody, and I put up the clip on YouTube, didn't tag the game or anything, just called it, you know, I gave it some goofy title, like, I don't know how people title fighting games or whatever, and somehow people found the video and were like, fucking making fun of me, and I was like, man, I'm just trying to... just trying to build my own confidence as a player a little bit, and everybody's out here like... Have you considered that you should not be allowed to live? The video is still up, by the way, but I deleted, like, all of the really nasty comments. Oh shit, it's lit. Ooh. Play DNF Duel and attract the 3 DNF Duel players. I actually do own that game. It was like a giveaway on Epic, I think, or something like that, a while ago. It's like not a terrible game, I don't think, but I'm not really qualified to judge good or bad fighting games. I will say I noticed that, again, even like from my limited standards, it seemed very simple. Does she know? Pokemon Carthage. Yarin, hello. Am I gonna get bodied by a fucking random bird again? Come on, man! I knew I was not gonna do well at this, but I was sort of hoping I'd at least get out of the first area. What happens if you press start without picking a starter? Nothing. Okay. Clearly you have never seen high-level dive kick gameplay. True. Pokemon Carthage and Pokemon Rome, also true. Somebody give me a Pokemon, and I'll see if I've got it in my starter list. Coven minor internet celebrity collab when? You know, I'll think about it. To be honest with you, tonight I'm just kind of trying to get my sea legs back under me because I have not streamed at all for like 2 or 3 years. And I have not streamed in front of an audience of appreciable size in like 4 years. Whisper? Do you mean Whismer? Do you mean this fella? You saw Rowlet in the starters? I have all of the actual starters because that's what they give you, like, on a bear account. Is it only Heat Rotom or is it all of them? I want to say it's only Heat Rotom. Or, sorry, Washer Rotom. Cycle Form. Okay, no, I've got, Lawnmower and Washer. We could do Whismer, Heat, or, yeah, Whismer Washer Rotom. You only played through Oras? It's very shameful of you, Jagu. I can't believe you would come into my chat and admit this. A Sparkling Aria as an egg move? Okay. Sure, let's do this. It had some water. That's very true. Hopefully this time we won't get absolutely just destroyed by a random regional bird. Like, you'd think that having starters this good would ensure that we would not, but like, I don't know. Not willing to make many strong claims right now. I don't know why I didn't switch when it gave me the free switch. Actually, I'm gonna try to catch this. Oddish is like a decent Pokemon. Grass Knot? Sure. I wonder if they've made like an actual animation for Sparkling Aria yet. Let's see. Oh, they have. Cool. That's a move that only like 2 Pokemon ever learn normally. What's a Rogue Ball? So in the context of the actual franchise, I don't actually know. But in the context of this game, it's just a ball that is even better than an Ultra Ball, but it's not like a literal guaranteed capture like the Master Ball are. My thought is that they're probably from like that GameCube game? Pokemon Coliseum? Was that even the GameCube? I don't know. I'm being exposed as a fake Pokemon fan. I only really play the mainline games and like a little bit of Pokemon Pinball. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's from one of the side games originally, because there is stuff from like Mystery Dungeon in here, so I know they pull from kind of the broader, the mythos, if you will. Anyway, can I just say, like, genuinely, really grateful that you guys came out to, like, help me out with this. Watched episode 2 of Genius Party, it was peak. Awesome. Which one is episode 2? The Shoji Kawamori guy might have what it takes. Somebody remind me of other things he's directed so I remember why that's funny. I know the name, but I can't pin it to other works of fiction yet, right at this exact moment. Arjuna, duh, of course. Macross, of course. That guy, okay. I know who you're talking about. I just needed to get my brain jostled back into place. What do you think about popular anime movies? I like Weathering with You a lot. It's like one of my favorite movies. Spirited Away, also one of my favorite movies. So, I mean, I guess I'm in favor of them. Honestly, I would like to watch more of them. Thoughts on Paprika? I actually don't like Paprika that much. Visually, terrific. Visually, like, really interesting and experimental. A lot of just weird and cool stuff going on. The writing in that film is a little weird. And it's a little weird in a specific way where I'm like, this kind of sours the film for me a little bit. If somebody came up to me and was like, yo, Paprika, this could be a weird thing to just say to somebody from no context, but if we were having a conversation and somebody was like, oh yeah, Paprika is like one of my favorite films of all time, I would get but I would not even like sort of agree. One of those things where it's just like, I feel like that could have used maybe like a second pass in the editing room or something. Actually, that wouldn't have fixed it at all. What am I talking about? But, point being, the writing and the thematic stuff's just kind of, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I like Millennium Actress a lot. Another movie also by Satoshi Kon. Millennium Actress is another one that I would say is like probably one of my favorite movies. And that one, I'm like, that's the one that I think should have Paprika's reputation. Mind you, people do like Millennium Actress, but anecdotally, I feel like I see it brought up a little bit less often than Paprika. Or even, Perfect Blue, that's what it's called. Perfect Blue is also very good, though, so, you know. Satoshi was definitely cooked while cooking. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I think those 3 movies are all that I've seen by him, unless I'm forgetting something. Yeah, please let me get a revive on Wismer. rewatch Millennium Actress. I don't remember it that well. I encourage you to. It's a good fucking movie. I will say, like, this is not always the endorsement people think it is. I did cry at the end when I watched it for the first time last year. And I'm not somebody who cries at movies super often, so that was like a nice, like, dang, this really got to me. But, you know. It's one of those things where I think you could kind of have, like people have many different Satoshi Kon, like, personal rankings of his films, presumably, and I think kind of most of them are pretty much all equally valid. That's my opinion anyway, and this is my stream, so that's the opinion you're getting. The $1 Million Pentagram? I don't know what that is. Watched Akira for the first time the other day and thought it was pretty good. I need to see Akira. I have been saying that I need to see Akira for like a decade. Best work is Memories. Have I seen that one? I don't know if I have. I super haven't, actually. I don't know why I said it like that. No, I've definitely not seen that. I'll check that out at some point. Wait, hold on. Is Memories the one where they go to... Is that Satoshi Kon? Is that the one where they go to a spaceship? Or, not a spaceship, but like a space station, and it turns out to be abandoned and, like, probably... Spoiler alert, like, super haunted? The 27th Detective Conan movie? What? Yo, Confuse Ray hype. Is that the thing with the spaceship? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I really like that one. Okay, yeah, no, I could absolutely see somebody thinking that was his best work. I forgot that was him. I also forgot that it was called Memories. Because my memory is really bad. I'm going to go grab a drink from the kitchen again quick, because I have gone through most of mine. Let me just pull up a banner for you real quick. This is a lie, but, you know, I don't have anything else on hand. I'll be right back. Alright, which one of you fucking clowns is using the Mugcourt account to talk in chat right now? Show yourself. Rotom learned Confuse Ray. Anyway, yeah, I got like a big old thing of water with some ice in it and also a Diet Pepsi, so hopefully I'll be nicely hydrated for the next little while. It's me. I don't think it's you, Go-Go, for various reasons. Dream Eater. That's a... You must have amnesia. You forgot that I'm them. Anyway. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. I have been away from this particular game for too long. Have I been streaming for an hour already? That seems implausible. I guess I did spend a while just like setting stuff up. But yeah, to peel back the curtain just a little bit. How does this game work? So essentially, it is a Pokemon game, but just the battles. And to kind of simulate the other aspects, there's various little tweaks to the rule changes. Various little tweaks to the rules, rather. Stuff like stat changes persist across battles, excepting when you are about to fight a trainer. Likewise with like field conditions, so if you put down spikes, they will stay there for a while. It's an interesting thing, and then also after most fights, you get to take one of a couple items. Initially just 3, but eventually as many as I think 6. And these improve your run in various ways. I can hover over, you'll see, like, you know... I don't know why this gets in front of the item descriptions, but you can kind of see what we've got going on here. Special defense up. Let's go. Somebody had asked me a question earlier that I didn't answer. Thoughts on Paprika the Spice, but not the movie? So, I've had paprika, I think maybe twice in my whole life. But I thought it was pretty good. I hear they use it a lot in, like, Hungarian cooking. Someone's messaging me on Discord. I think I know who it is. Okay. Cool. Can you play this on your Switch? Not unless you've got a web browser of some kind on your Switch. Which, honestly, might be a thing you can do by hacking it? I don't actually know. Give me a second, by the way. I'm now going to watch Genius Party Episode 3. Have fun. If I'm remembering right, the first Genius Party is mostly pretty good, and then there's one episode that's kind of just confusing. I think that's about it. And then Genius Party 2 is more of a mixed bag, but it has Dimension Bomb on it, and Dimension Bomb fucking slaps hard as fuck. By the way, I did just message somebody on my phone to tell them that I'm streaming on YouTube. and my phone attempted to autocorrect it to say I'm streaming in limbo, which might also be true if you really think about it. Do I want to catch a Zigzagoon just to maybe get some pickup from it? Why not? Oh, there's also another thing with the meta progression where catching instances of the same Pokemon adds their IVs together over time. So eventually, if you catch enough of the same Pokemon, and if you take it as a starter, you will have like a super Pokemon with like completely maxed IVs and whatever else. Now, I am only kind of aware of how IVs precisely work because I'm not really that kind of Pokemon player, but it's cool. But it's Benjamin Spooner Briggs. You can't just reference Limbo of the Lost in 2024. There's laws about this kind of stuff. Limbo of the laws. Yo, big nugget. But also an egg voucher. I will take the nugget. We can mess around with the egg gotcha later. There's a gotcha game element to this, by the way. I'm gonna crack into my Pepsi. Ooh. Nice. Restores 25% HP if hit by a super effective move. Yeah, okay. So that's a no then. Yeah, you're damn right it's a no. Not in a million years. Fuck that guy. Get Oddish on the case, perhaps. I think we growth and then acid is probably the play here. Shagu, you've made a crucial tactical error. Everyone knows that if you say something in a YouTube live chat, it's immortalized forever. It did just occur to me that if I really wanted to try hard this whole thing, I could break out my VTuber rig. I don't feel like setting that up right now, though, just to be brutally honest with you guys. I'm sure you will all greatly miss the polygonal stare of Chiaroscuro, but identity reveal, by the way, 3 years after my last stream. 2 years? I don't remember. Really? Okay. Full heal, I don't think that's gonna be particularly useful. I think we're about to come up on a trainer fight. I'm a little worried. Okay, no, I guess not. It's just a wild Pokemon boss. That's a bit more manageable. Get out of here. Oh, we got sent to the city map. That doesn't usually happen. After every boss, which can be either a gym leader or a wild Pokemon, depending on various things, you get sent to a new biome. And which biome you get sent to is random, but there's like a pattern to it that you can memorize if you're so inclined. Do I have it memorized? No, absolutely not, but, you know. Jagu, can I ask, what are you doing with the 2 Linux VMs? Like, you don't need to give me the technical explanation, because I wouldn't understand it, but... surely there's a reason that you're going through this trouble. For the benefit of anybody watching this in the future, by the way, Jagu is Smeeby Cowabunga. I just realized that's not exactly intuitive. Charge is decent, right? Homework? Okay. Is that better than Double Team? Maybe. Yeah, why not? Cyber security stuff. Interesting. Don't hack any governments I wouldn't hack, Jagu. Can I tell you, like, a silly thing about me, and not just this game, but Pokemon in general? Charge, and this is kind of true of any move like this, has, like, a secondary effect that you don't have any easy way of verifying that it's actually working or not. Because, you know, it's not like there's, like, a little pop-up that's like, ooh, the charged thunder, like, the charged electric attack did more damage, or whatever. And whenever there's an instance of that, I'm always like, you know, chat, is this real? Alright, I gotta do something real quick, so let me put up the banner. Let's see if this works. Hello?
Hello.
Hi! Boy, it's been a fucking minute since we did this, huh?
Yeah. Would you be able to share the thing? Because otherwise there's going to be audio issues with the watching the stream.
I can try? Yeah, let me try to just...
Lord God, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's happening.
Anyway, everybody present probably knows this, but this is my friend and once upon a time Shapes and Forms co-host, Shredney.
Yeah. Alrighty.
We're playing Poke Rogue, Shredney. Not for any particular reason, just like it's what I had on hand, and it seems like it will not be super taxing on the computer. So
true, fair, yeah. So, this is it. It has extremely been a minute.
Yeah, I saw Trey reacting with like the eyes emoji too. I was like, Trey, if you want to get on the call, you can. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. I don't want to promise anything. I don't want to put him on the spot. But
I hope he does. That'd be great.
it would be cool. But
Yeah.
you know, again, I don't want to put guy on the spot. He might have other things going on this evening.
Mm-hmm. But oh god, what was I even gonna say?
Don't hack Boeing. Good point, Coco.
What even has been up that I could babble about on stream?
I mean, okay, I can tell you what I've been keeping my eye on over the past couple days, but like,
which is the same thing I've been keeping my eye on for the past couple days. Yeah. All right. Fuck, are we gonna talk about the fucking Drake?
I almost don't want to, because, like, what is there to say other than, like, Aubrey Graham found dead in Oakland? I shouldn't spread false news on the internet. But, like, you know, yeah, that's been happening. Shredney quiet? I can turn Shredney up. Somebody tell me... Ooh, actually, this is... We might have to do some tricky stuff here.
Is it possible that I am just personally, like, quieter for some reason? I don't know.
Okay. Let me... Because audio balance is always a delicate thing.
Indeed.
Is that a little bit better? Shredney, talk about stuff.
Okay. So, oh god. I just keep thinking about it. It's my new... It's like... You know how, like, straight white...
Trey! Sorry, hold on, stop. More important than that. Trey is in chat. Let's go.
Trey is in chat! Yes!
Trey, if you would like to get in the call, like, no pressure, but if you would like to get in the call, just say the word and we will loop you in. The only reason I didn't start the call in the Shapes and Forms group chat is because I think Win might be asleep at the moment, and I didn't want to wake them up.
No. That wouldn't be great.
Yeah. Did not want to be that person.
Yeah, that's fair. I've gotten, like, people accidentally, randomly voice calling me by accident.
I think I've been one of those people.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's like, the stuff happens sometimes.
Many such cases. Yo, it's Pincer.
But yes, what would be funny, Jagu?
Jagu, you are not on the short list to join the voice call right now. Maybe later. Maybe in a future stream.
One day.
When we're not, like, just trying to, like, readjust to things.
I would, however, in the future be game for Jagu stream.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be very funny.
Just not
and just
at this exact moment.
Yes. But yeah, no, it's like as I was saying, is like you know how there's the whole meme about like men thinking about the Roman Empire. For me, it's just it's not the fall of Rome. It's the fall of Aubrey Drake Graham.
It like my opinion counts for nothing, right? Because I am a white woman from rural Pennsylvania. My opinion is literally just completely irrelevant in this entire conversation. That said, on a personal level, it has been very validating to see people be like, hey, this guy sucks.
Yeah. And he's tried to fire back, and mostly people agree, oh, this guy sucks.
Oh, shit. I double tapped and had Rotom unlearn Hydro Pump. Whoops.
Oh, no.
That's gonna come back to haunt me. Hack the planet. True. Let me know, guys, by the way, if Shredney sounds a little better now. She should. I'm not 100% sure, though. But yeah, no, I've just been.
Yeah.
I have been having like my own little personal one-person party of just like waving like a little flag. Loop me in. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put the banner back up so I'm not streaming my Discord.
Okay.
How do you do this again? There's like a way to add extra people to a voice call.
Yeah,
Add friends to DM, and then I just type TRE, and then that might. Okay, yeah, hold on. Hold on. I'll just call you guys, and I'm gonna hang up for a second and just call you in one of our old 3-person group chats that we haven't used in like a billion years. That'll work.
Alrighty. Okay.
Hey!
Hello.
How are you doing?
I am okay. How about you?
I'm doing alright.
Hanging in.
Hello. Hi, Trey.
Turning you up a little bit, hoping that the people can hear us all alright. Let me go back.
And, turn the fucking stream back off.
Yeah, it's all a little like, it's a little janky at this point because again, this whole setup was made for Twitch. Still quiet. Okay.
And we're on YouTube now.
Yeah,
I was actually gonna ask you about that. What prompted the switch?
So you know how a couple years ago I lost the login credentials for our Twitch channel?
Yes.
No.
So early, like last year, I lost the login credentials for my new Twitch channel, and I was like,
oh no,
right, I'm not doing this again. And I already have a perfectly good YouTube account, and YouTube streaming is like okay now. So
yeah,
it's improved significantly.
Is this any better, Go-Go? If it's not, I might need to take slightly more Jurassic measures. You guys remember that? When that was like a minor thing of people mixing up the word drastic and Jurassic.
Jurassic measures.
Jurassic measures.
You ever think that the reason it's called Jurassic is because of a place?
A Velociraptor chat.
Velociraptor chat.
It's
Velociraptor tray.
It's called Jurassic because of fossils found in Jura, which I think is in like
it's fine.
modern Czech Republic.
Okay.
Something like that. Anyway, yeah.
I will do some research between now and whenever we stream, quote unquote for real, about like what the best way is to like loop individual people on a voice call into Streamlabs. I need to update this thing. I haven't updated this program in like 3 years. Yeah. I don't even. I kind of am surprised it's working at all.
Now, James, please share your screen so I can see what's going on.
Oh, well, I mean, you're not missing anything right now, because it's literally just me fiddling with the Streamlabs setup.
I'm being grumpy, but I'm actually excited.
Yeah, theoretically, the underlying technology wouldn't have changed that much, but, like...
You'd think, but you never know these days, right?
Yeah. I say that knowing full well that Windows 11 only exists because Microsoft was like, hey, we need to make the number bigger.
The number does need to go up.
The number needed to be bigger.
It's... Expand version.
Expand version.
I don't know why I said that. Yeah, we were all thinking.
Expand version.
We're so back.
We are actually extremely back. No, I don't want to... Oh, rest and sleep. Ah, no! Oh, well.
Sleep talk.
Yeah, I forgot that Whismer learns rest and sleep talk at the same time, and those two moves are kind of not that useful on their own. Sleep talk is literally useless on its own, but together they are somewhat potent.
So what have you been up to lately, Trey?
I got a new job, and I live in Virginia now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's been kind of my life. I am doing my thing out here.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for you. I remember moving to Chicago a couple years ago, and that was like a big inflection point, like back in the day with our streams. Hello, Alice.
Yeah.
Was me, because I don't know if you guys remember, but when we started Shapes and Forms, I was literally streaming off like a dinky little laptop that was already several years old at the time. It was
Oh yeah.
Frankly,
yeah.
it was a miracle that it was something that we were able to make work for as long as we did prior to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like
Alice.
I have like a decent computer now. That was 6 years ago. Yeah. Pick a different prime number.
23.
23. Yeah. I was gonna say 21, and I was like, that's not a prime number. Hold on. It feels like it should be, but it's not.
It is a Fibonacci number though, which 5 also is.
Oh, we are
immediately coming to mind because it's the name of my freaking D&D character. Let's go. I love that guy.
Is that the Warforged in your profile picture?
So the one that I have as my profile right now on Discord, he's a different one who is also one of my guys. His name is Reverb, though.
Yeah, alright. No, I remember hearing about this a while ago. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Reverb
and I'm writing a story about both of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh shit, memory mushroom. Okay, I can use this to fix the mistake I made earlier.
When I'm not, like, just too exhausted from work.
Yeah, I've been there. Especially, like,
hell.
back in the day when I was working at, like, Wegmans and stuff. I mean, even nowadays, like, you know, I have the whole, like, writing thing going, but that's, like, only just going. Like, I am barely scraping by, and I kind of want to maybe get a job at the library or something lined up at some point, but that's I gotta do some other stuff before I get that going. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what? I've been meaning to like get back to like I have a bunch of stuff recorded that I need to finish and other stuff I have ideas for. I'm gonna do like various other things. There's also like, you know, like various other plans, and others to just like we might be moving at some point like next year probably. So that's going to be a whole thing. And you know, potentially could be heading to Chicago to visit Jane. Incidentally.
Yeah, no, this is like a whole thing. Yeah. I can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
So basically, due to the machinations of friend of the channel Zursk. I have acquired tickets. Oh my god, it's Iono. She's so cute. Sorry, that's completely derailed my thoughts. I didn't know she was in this game.
Tickets?
Yeah, tickets to see Massive the Fermenting Dregs, who are a Japanese rock band that I like kind of a lot.
Nice.
And are touring America, which is not something that is like a given for bands from that country. And yeah, they're going to be in Chicago on October 1st. And Zursk bought me a ticket. They bought themselves a ticket. They're going to be in the area as well.
Nice.
So that's the confirmed part. Shredney may also be coming out here. It's going to be just a cool time.
Yeah, I am. I'm planning out it. Trying to decide whether I want to go with plane would be less expensive than train, but I like a lot less expensive. But at the same time, I like traveling by train. I haven't done it since I was like a kid, and it would just be kind of neat to be able to, you know, watch the country go by.
All aboard America.
Yeah,
it's
Treadney and I are very different people. Example number 5,866. I cannot stand traveling by train.
man. Like I like when I have like the chance and the money to like get on the heavy rail around here, or even like the subway and light rail. I usually jump at that chance because I like it better than being on the bus, but being on the bus is fine.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Although the bus takes you like totally different places because there are certain feasibilities you don't have, right?
Sorry, just to answer a question from the chat real quick. Why is the battlefield trash? That is just the background graphic they use for I think it's the city biome in this game.
You're literally in some back alley fighting Pokemon.
Real.
Man.
It's literally just like what the alley behind my apartment complex looks like, so I can't even complain.
Yeah.
It's so funny, and like this is such a.
In Richmond terms, you'd be behind the dumpsters of one of the buildings in Shako Bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like out here, like. See, if I weren't seeing Masadore, in Chicago, which is the plan, I would be seeing them at the Union Transfer. Which, okay, here's the thing: is like, I live outside of Maine. I live in Roxborough, which is used to be way back another town. Now it's part of Philadelphia. But it's like the way outer part. Like way up in the northwest part of Philadelphia County. They don't call it the Northwest though; they call it, Manioc and Roxborough, because the Northeast is a completely different thing.
Also, yes, Alice, that was 6 years ago.
So there's a road that runs through here and actually runs to where we used to live, like out in past Norristown in Trooper. And it goes all the way out. Like, I don't know how far into Montgomery County is Ridge Pike, which becomes Ridge Avenue, becomes Main Street when it goes through Manioc. So the venue that I would be seeing Mass of the Fermented Dregs at would be Union Transfer, which is also where I saw Swans recently. I could tell a story about that. But like Union Transfer is one of the big venues. It's like can fit like 1,200 people. It's huge. I think I can't remember. Was it a former rail station? Something weird like that. It's
Treadney out here with the incredibly local references.
But here, but so Union Transfer is in Callow Hill, which is like it used to be part of Chinatown, and then it got cut in half by the Vine Street Expressway. So it's like this weird little area that has like a bunch of like just sort of weird little artsy venues and also some larger music venues, a couple like restaurants and things. And then there are parts of it that are just like kind of low key sketchy. It's like there was one place that I went to, which like. They've turned it into a park now, but there used to be like this railway line that ran above this whole section of Callow Hill, like way elevated. And as I said, it's like now an elevated park, but you go under it to get to like this place, and it's like you're just looking up at these like dripping rusted girders, and like you have, and there's like.
That's the band that's opening for Masudora when they play up
here. But yeah, it's like, and then like you have to go past like an abandoned lot with like just weeds growing and like just there's somebody's like discarded couch out there.
I'm going to get swept by this Trico.
I like. And I remember just kind of hanging out there before a show once, and just kind of, and this venue recently closed. Unfortunately, I guess that happens.
I do want to point out you're now on a tangent of a tangent of a tangent.
But okay,
it's like Fredney yapping is back. If anybody missed it,
yeah. So there's a bus because of the fact of the way that Ridge Avenue runs like forever. Okay, actually, Ridge Avenue's up the hill, but it does merge into Main Street and then go. Okay, you get the idea.
I'm lost, but continue.
Bus that runs from Main to and then down Ridge out into like literally to the Union Transfer and to these various other like out into Cal Hill, and it's like it is like wild taking that thing at night because like you go through the many types of city biome, like just because it's like this straight shot that cuts across at an angle where like most of the city's on a grid, and because it's like one of the oldest roads in like the country, like that's why it goes out to the middle of nowhere, and it like so you're riding out into like you're going through like the hip parts of town, the like place with like an all-night fucking like pizza place or chicken joint, right? And then like weird parts of town and like places that are like extremely swanky and bougie and gentrified, and just like cutting through all these different neighborhoods and things, and it's just like back to back to back.
I mean, that's
you are just taking like a tour of the whole damn place.
Not to downplay the uniqueness of your experience, however, that is basically what taking the Red Line is like.
Oh yeah, no,
because it just runs from one end of the city to the other. So as you go through,
it's with any like sort of straight shot kind of transit line, right?
Yeah,
like
many such cases.
Yeah, it's like another one is like the whole thing of like if you take any of the like rail lines around here, it's like the like I there's a track that I haven't released yet, which it like in the title is a joke about like the Manayunk Norristown line, because it's like as you leave the city is that you like the levels of bouginess increase until you reach Ivy Ridge.
That's the kind of name where it's just like, I get it. The name itself kind of telegraphs that you're in for like a certain kind of experience.
Yeah, it's like Ivy Ridge is actually pretty close. Like the Ivy Ridge station is pretty close to here, but it's like
Rat-a-tat is evolving.
It's more like that sort of area, like Manayunk and Ivy Ridge is like that is the part where like all of the all the yuppies moved in. It's like there's what is it called? A place that is like literally a craft beer warehouse sales place that's like right outside the Ivy Ridge station.
Everybody knows that the only way to buy booze is to go and take your car through a place that sells exclusively alcoholic beverages, but for some reason is like not even drive through, but drive in. You just drive through the building, and while you're inside of it, you buy your stuff, and then you drive off with it.
Oh,
at least in theory, in your back seat, but
Oh yeah, no, I've heard of such places.
Yeah, that was the thing where I used to live, not so much around here.
Yeah, like that's not a thing.
That is a southeast Pennsylvania thing. I think maybe exclusively.
No, there are drive-through liquors. Apparently, if like I think it's like.
Is it like a southern thing? It wouldn't surprise me if that's something we got from down there.
But at the same time, Trey.
There you go. Yeah.
Is it? Sorry, I missed you.
Yeah, they've got them in Kentucky. They are not a thing in North Carolina, but yes.
Yeah, it's like
jury is out on whether or not they have them in Virginia.
Huh.
I don't think so.
Maybe West Virginia has them. That would be like
I would not be surprised if West Virginia had those.
It's
Yeah,
one
it's
of those things where it's like, I kind of
snakes.
feel like they shouldn't be a thing. But,
Yeah,
you
although
know.
I do think I guess if it were also a West Virginia thing, it snakes through the Appalachians.
Many
Yeah,
such cases.
many such cases.
I don't know.
But yeah, like that I've been into the large beer warehouse at Ivy Ridge. It is the guy there was very, very nice. But yeah, like a lot of I swear beer people are very strange, but also there are so many types of beer. God, there are so many.
There
Just-
are.
And thus far, I have not found one that makes me feel better than cider does.
That
Yeah.
is fair.
No, fair enough.
I
don't drink at all, but the few
Yeah.
times that I have partaken, I've been like a extremely like just to give me something that I would drink normally, but with alcohol in it. Like,
yeah.
there's various types of those. There's like there's hard lemonade, various
Give me
fruity
the Emily
things.
douche.
Yeah, no, just like
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Like I
Should I
actually
get apple juice?
Yeah. Well, that's what an
Uh,
appletini is, right?
No.
kind of.
Well, just cider. I mean,
Yeah.
in
Oh
this
yeah,
case.
Fair enough.
Like hard cider.
Yeah.
Is fine. Like an appletini is oh god, it's a vodka martini, but I think that it's like apple infused vodka, which there are many types of like infused vodkas. Like traditionally in Eastern Europe, there's stuff like oh god, what do they call it? Buffalo grass is like it's an herb that they traditionally use to flavor it in like Poland and stuff. There's
Actually,
also
Shredney, Buffalo Grass is that one single by Nene Cherry.
that it's called Buffalo. I can't remember the title of that one. It's Buffalo Dance, isn't it?
Shredney jamming, yes.
Buffalo Stance.
Yes. No, sorry, yes, that one.
Sorry, yeah,
Um,
Buffalo Stance. Yes, Nana Cherry, who I think isn't she related to Ari Up the Slits?
I mean, I think more notably she's related to Eagle Eye Cherry.
Huh. I mean, no, well, back when Nana Cherry debuted, that would have been the reference point because, like, the Slits had only broken up like a few years before that, and they were really big in England.
Shredney,
They were
I'm
like-
going to put you in the ferret box for a little bit now.
Let me look this up. I know that like she is really just a couple of famous people. Like,
I really appreciate, by the way, how we
Mhm.
threatened to talk about like a widely interesting subject very briefly before Trey joined, and then when Trey actually did join, we pivoted to a subject that definitionally only me and you guys care about. We're very good at this whole thing.
wait, she was in the Slits.
Hey,
like, for a
Shredney.
while. Okay, that's why I was getting. confused.
Also, I am getting absolutely murdered right now.
Oh, it's because her stepfather is Don Cherry, the famous jazz musician.
That I
I
somehow
believe-
don't think I knew.
Yeah, trumpeter. Like, it also played cornet and a couple other things. He was like a really fucking big deal, like really influential. He was one of Ornette Coleman's go-to musicians. He appears on The Shape of Jazz to Come and Free Jazz, a collective improvisation, which that's a huge fucking deal. Those are like the OG free jazz albums. And yeah, that's why she's got the last name Cherry. She took her stepfather's name, and they were very close. Oh yeah, and her half brother is Eagle Eye Cherry, as you said.
Yep. So I've been. Well, I mean, I guess I'm technically not dead yet. I suppose we'll see how this goes. So hey, like, the previous, like, this past weekend in popular culture, huh?
Holy shit! Yeah. God.
Oh my gosh.
As I said, we kind of threatened to talk about this earlier, but we kind of didn't. I don't even know if there's really anything to say other than,
We witnessed a murder.
Yeah. Like, it's just like the fact that like Drake saying, you know, like, and he's honestly, I think he's lying, is about like I fed Kendrick the thing about me having, you know, like a daughter to punk him.
Even
is
if
like
you did.
Even
there's
if you
still
did,
a lot more to address there.
Yeah, like that. He just tries to brush off everything else, and he looks worse.
It's one of those things where it's like, you know, my shirt that says that I am not a morally terrible person who should be, like, exiled from society has a lot of people asking questions answered by my t-shirt, and it's like, well,
yeah.
Normally, in those scenarios, like, I'm on the side of the person wearing the shirt. However, in your case specifically,
yeah, like,
you
especially because it's like there have been like fucking rumors about this dude, especially like this particular stuff for
I mean, okay,
years.
I don't want to get too deep into the like very serious accusations that have been leveled. What I will say is this: I've never really liked Drake all that much, and you can go back and watch previous streams where I've said this exact thing and explained why, sometimes at more length than anybody but me could conceivably have cared about. I just don't really care for the man's music, and I've never brought into the whole, like, ooh, he's like a generationally important musician thing. It's just like, it's not. It like is he?
Is he though?
Maybe in some sense, but
like he probably has some songs that will outlast him. But that doesn't mean a lot.
I like, you know, I can give the guy like a limited amount of credit. Like I like Nice for What.
Yeah, Nice for What. The title track
songs,
of Take Care is good.
Going back even to the beginning of his career. But like, it's one of those things of like,
yeah, even a lot of people,
you know,
who hate his guts think that So Far Gone was a decent mixtape.
Also check the live chat and find me hating him even more. Yeah. But it's just like, you know, I have previously gone through periods of trying to be, because this is how I am. I am like wired to doubt my own opinions about things and people. I've gone through periods of trying to be like, do I like really dislike this guy that much? And I mean, I've thought about it. Yeah, I've thought about it for many years now, and the answer is actually, yeah, I do. Not as much as some people. But
like,
you know,
I think it was it something that FD Signifier said during one of his streams about this was that nobody can call themselves a Drake hater at this point because the crown has been taken.
Oh, absolutely.
You are Mafia himself gave up the biggest Drake hater title.
Yeah, it's like you are a Drake agnostic or a Drake skeptic because Kendrick Lamar is the one true Drake hater.
And
I think like the fact that like he makes some really really serious accusations, but like one of the most cutting bits in either of those songs is, "You're not a fucking colleague, you're a fucking colonizer." Is like,
I mean,
holy shit.
you know, again, this is like the sort of thing where it's like, my opinion on this does ultimately not matter. This is not, my culture. However,
I mean, I was thinking about the fact that back when, like, probably, I guess, Views from the Six is the era, but back when Drake was, like, leaning really hard into the whole using patois as, like, a musical element thing, rubbed me the wrong way, and I am second generation Jamaican American, so I am allowed to say that.
Yeah, no, I have heard. Yeah,
it did not feel like it was like something that was genuine back then, and even less now.
Like I remember people saying similar things at the time, and everybody kind of got drowned out with like the whole like.
It's like you feel crazy because it's like this massive artist who has made several hits, and like it's a weird. Well, it's not a weird criticism, but it sounds weird because it's such a minority opinion at that time. But come to think of it, apparently it wasn't as sidelined as some people would have led you to believe.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where like people have been saying this for years, including people who do have a stake in it, like yourself, or just in general, like, would know. And it's like, I'm inclined to trust people in those sort of situations. I don't know about anybody else, but I mean, even on just like a less serious, just like, how do I feel about this celebrity on a vibe level kind of thing? I've just never really loved the guy.
Like, hey, get your own sound and stop trying to bite off of everybody else's.
I've just never cared for his continence or
his gear,
his voice,
his stance, the way that he talks, the way that he doesn't
even like to smile.
Okay, I will say, my mom has like one of the best like natural creep radars of anyone I know, and she said, "I have always gotten a vibe from Drake."
It's one of those things. Well, like, okay,
I feel so vindicated.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I've kind of thought it basically since he became famous. I remember this was like back in like early high school, kind of vaguely resenting the fact that like most of the people in my like peer group really liked Drake instead of like like Wiz Khalifa or Mac Miller, who was also kind of blowing up at the time. Anybody from like our neck of the woods, but that's kind of a whole other thing. But I remember like it really like Trey said, kind of around Views was when it became like a there's something going on with this dude kind of thing.
I hear that a lot from people.
Yeah.
It's like Views was where it's like, this sucks. This is the final fucking straw with this man.
That's also when I stopped like even occasionally checking out his music on like an album level. So
somehow I think I managed to hold on until like probably Scorpion, miraculously. I don't know how. I don't know how.
That fucking mess. God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Scorpion I have never listened to. I have just never been...
I've heard a bunch of, like, the quasi-singles from that, like... And so many of them sound the same and they're bad. And those are the fucking singles. How much of a fucking slog is the album?
Also, I do slightly blame that album, just in a general sense, for the whole thing we're going through now, where
troll albums.
Yeah, just every record has to be like 3 hours long, and it's like, What are we doing?
Chris Brown tried to do that at around the same time and failed. God.
Every Chris Brown album since like 2016, 2017 has been a double album, and for what? Why?
Yeah, like
why are we doing this?
And
there is a reason.
Yeah,
there is a reason why when you go into the studio, you don't release all 30 of the things that come out of your sessions.
Yeah, unless you're like, you know, a hardcore band, and that adds up to about 40 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Yeah. It's like a very old school kind of hardcore band. Like all the songs are like 40 seconds long. Right. But yeah, like you can get away with that, and it's like, because people mosh to it. But then people mosh to weird shit now. Like that's become a thing. People mosh to fucking Post Malone.
I have been to future-based concerts where it's been like super soft, like guitar playing, like no effects, pedals, or anything, and people still find a way to mosh to it because there is a kick drum in the background.
That's kind of awesome. I don't know. Yeah. I am not a concert goer until this year, apparently, but I don't know. That sounds kind of funny.
Yeah, like I enjoy watching the few times I've done it.
I'm picturing people just going like absolutely nuts, and there's just like, I don't know, like a Taylor Swift song playing or something.
I mean, like, oh god.
Well, he was on Torture Poets Department, wasn't he, Post Malone?
Oh yeah, like on Fortnite.
I fucking forgot that song was called that. I haven't listened to that album.
With the actual spelling.
The
of
word
Fortnite,
not
the
game Fortnite.
And yet,
yeah, I have heard a couple.
Posty's more of an Apex Legends fan.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is a story I can tell. Speaking of Post Malone.
All right, yeah.
Last year, I assume this was like a chain-wide thing, but there's only one Raising Cane's around here, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Raising Cane's released a series of collectible Post Malone novelty cups. And I went out of my way to get all of them.
Low-key, I wish that there was there was a Cane's in my area at the time, because I have one now. But back when I lived in North Carolina, there weren't any, around the Charlotte area. Only just started getting established, like in Chapel Hill and such. And fun fact, the Chapel Hill Raising Cane's has a collectible, well, not collectible, a commemorative record of Porter Robinson's Worlds that he actually signed for them and put a TikTok up of him, replacing the album with Nurture, his second record, because he was like, this album's better.
Yeah,
Interesting.
A lot of people have that I know who that I heard it seemed to like Nurture a lot better.
Listen,
but
they are indicative of different eras for me.
That's fair.
One is me growing up as a teenager in a city that did not give a shit about me. The other is post-college trying to figure out who the hell I am in the pandemic. Those are those two albums.
Yeah.
What
Enough.
Artist am I like that about?
I'm a little bit like that about A$AP Rock.
Fair.
That makes sense.
That's my guy. So obviously I am.
I'd say that's a comparable level of investment.
Yeah.
Okay, gonna get real white woman here is Saint Vincent.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. I still need to hear the new one of hers.
Oh yeah, the last two, I've only heard bits of Daddy's Home, which I actually liked a lot.
I should maybe start listening to St. Vincent, and I'm gonna tell you why I think that, and you're gonna get a little bit annoyed with me, I think.
Okay,
but
go
that's
for
okay.
it. Yeah.
Explain.
Somebody told me last year I listened to what the hell's the album called? Midnights?
Yeah.
The Taylor Swift album from I believe the year prior to that. And that was like the first time I'd ever actually listened to a Taylor Swift record end to end. And to my own surprise, I actually liked it a fair amount.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, "Oh, that's basically just kind of like a watered down version of Saint Vincent." And I was like, that doesn't sound like what I've heard, but maybe I should check this out and see for myself.
St. Vincent has co-written a couple of things for Taylor Swift. She co-wrote "Cruel Summer," actually.
Interesting.
Among and a bunch of she's on a bunch of deep cuts on a couple of albums. But other people have made this comparison, so it doesn't feel blasphemous to say that there is a certain comparison to be made with Bowie in the way that her albums are all kind of progressions into different things and sort of wearing different masks.
Yeah.
Interesting. I should look into this. I recently got Spotify again for the first time in a couple of months, so I've got, the music of the world at my fingertips. Might as well listen to something interesting.
Also, recently, they re-added the entirety of Shinse Kamado-chan's back catalog to Spotify and Apple Music in the English-speaking world.
I'll think about
it. So you have no excuse not to listen to.
I'll think about it. Okay. I liked Medical Record for. I liked Medical Record for Kids. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's they are a very good band. They've got a lot of stuff that is very interesting. Someone that has Black Egg, which is one of my favorite songs ever. Which I recently submitted to a little music league competition thing, which some friends and I are doing on a server. And apparently the person who had initially kind of invited me to the server was she listened to it and was I absolutely adored this song. Spoilers. So that's good. I'm glad to be recruiting more people into listening to one of my favorite bands.
I mean, that's always a cool thing to be doing.
Yeah.
What the hell was it? The other day I listened to Lil Kiki's new album, and that was surprisingly good. I say surprisingly, I don't know why I wouldn't expect it to be good. It's a nice slab of kind of old school Texan rap. Very good record overall. Yeah, I say old school. There were some newer names on there.
That's the one with the record that Paul Wall was on, right?
Yeah, that's actually the first song on the album.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the lead off. It's him, Paul Wall, and Maxo Cream, not Maxo in all caps. It's a different guy. Yeah, Paul Wall has been putting out a lot of music too over the past couple years that I need to kind of catch up on. I'm always astounded by it very subtly. Paul Wall is one of the most consistent rappers of his generation. It's no. A lot of people that. It's a random example Cameron or somebody. There's kind of a point in there where Cameron's albums stopped being particularly great. No offense, but you just kind of never got that with Paul. Yeah. So
I am desperately repressing the urge to info dump about St. Vincent.
Sorry.
Am I allowed to?
I'll tell you what. You can do that while I go hit the restroom quick and figure out.
I wanted to tell you.
But well,
wait, like, also I think that Trey has probably heard more of her stuff than you have,
quite probably,
to my understanding.
Okay, well,
I'll be asking about that then.
let
So,
me hit the restroom and I'll come back. And after I figure out what I want to do for the next little bit, I'll probably go for like another half hour or so. After I figure out what I want to do for that, then we can maybe have a little
Actor, Strange Mercy, the self-titled, and Mass Seduction.
Okay. You've oh, good.
BRB.
Yeah, I have heard pretty much everything of hers from Marry Me through Mass Seduction, and also Mass Education, which was the what is it called?
Piano version.
Yeah, which also contains like a lot of slide guitar work, which is interesting. Like the rearrangement of Sugar Boy on that album is incredible.
Yeah.
I adore that. But honestly, I think like Mass Seduction is really uneven. I think it has some really good songs. None of the songs are bad. It's just that like I don't think it works as an album. If that makes sense. It's like I think part of it is because there are like 5 different producers on it, so it feels like 5 different albums that could have existed, but you're only getting bits of them.
Fair.
And it kind of like weaves in and out of them. And then there's like, but there are songs on that I think are among her best. Like Young Lover is one of my all-time favorites. That is apparently sort of about Cara Delevingne. But not entirely. It is fictionalized heavily. Because although it might be based also partly on other people, it's like one of those situations. It's like, please don't assume that I am literally exactly talking about my private life.
Yeah. Doesn't seem her style anyway.
Yeah, no, it's like, even when she's being direct, she is not being direct. But yeah, like that one, and also Smoking Section is incredible and very bleak. Actually, both those songs are like, those are 2 of the biggest bummers on that album.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but like, there are a bunch of great songs on that record. It's just that it doesn't work as a record for me personally. I think it's like, it's like, I don't know.
Let's see. Pills, Los Angeles, Fear the Future.
Fear the Future has like
a
very cool kind of like energy to it. But
it's
also
very
like
Devo.
Yeah, it is an odd little song.
It's a weird song, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it feels like a logical progression off of the self-titled, right? Like it's like, and it was like when I initially listened to that album, it was like I think my least favorite on Mass Seduction, but it has kind of like grown on me in retrospect. But like that kind of reminds me of how like on the self-titled is like that Every Tear Disappears is kind of an interesting track in that it's like basically just structured like a dance song, like a techno or house song with like just a lot of moving bits. Hi, Jan.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh boy.
I'm going to try something. This GIF has nothing to do with it. This GIF that I sent you guys.
Oh well.
You know what's funny?
Sorry. Go on.
In like that sort of same spirit, there's a song on Paramore's record that came out last year. This Is Why, called "Running Out of Time." That also has like what I recognize as essentially all the parts that would be necessary to build a house song, but it's more dance punky.
Yeah, like there are like songs where there are like little bits and bobs. Like, oh god, there was one of the songs that Billie Eilish is teasing off her new album has like deep house keyboards on it, but they're used in a way that's very undeep house-ish. It's very interesting.
I
am
cannot
curious
wait
about
for that.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that record. But yeah, okay,
Hey,
what was I going
have
to
we
go on? Yeah.
done
Mm-hmm.
a Shapes and Forms show since Billie Eilish became a household name?
Have we? Holy shit!
Maybe like
Really?
one.
Yeah, maybe it might have been like very early on. I do remember being into her circa Don't Smile at Me, because she would have been like a WRFL level artist where like the college radio stations
Yeah,
were like playing
okay,
her
that
and
makes
like
Wait, I
sense.
remember.
and such.
I do remember. No, I think it was like towards the end of like the last time we were doing Shapes and Forms was when she was starting to blow up, because I think I remember mentioning really liking Bury a Friend in one of the last episodes I did.
Fair.
Okay.
Because that song, the fact that that got radio play,
Who
blew my
has...
mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, who has blown up... I am doing something in the background, by the way. It's not going to just be us in front of this
Of course.
cardboard screen for the
But
next
yeah,
of
like,
the...
God.
But like, who has blown up since we last... Keeping in
Olivia
mind that
Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo, yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Keeping in mind that our last show was in like 2020, like late 2020.
Yeah, like in somewhere in that area. Yeah, like oh god, but yeah, like Olivia Rodrigo speaking Bad Idea Right is a very good song.
Yeah.
And yes, the second coming of Taylor Swift, because Jesus Christ, like,
yeah.
There's like echelons to it, right? Like, it
yeah.
seems like she's just significantly more famous now, at least in America.
Yeah, she has become
than she was like 4 years ago.
She has become one of the biggest pop stars of all time. Like,
yeah. It's super weird to be Weekend has gone from like famous to like my mom is a Weekend fan.
Holy crap! Which, given his early stuff, holy shit!
And it's wild, yes, because you remember like the trilogy era, like that.
Yeah, that's so weird to me. Like I was like not literally ground floor. I think I got in on like the second early Weekend album. And I remember liking
Thursday.
it. Yeah. I remember liking it, but being like, wow, this guy's doing some interesting stuff. We are now here like a decade after that, and the guy is like one of the biggest people in music.
And to think he never would have reached that level of success had he signed to Drake's label.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and now, yeah, like one of the first sort of things is like, you know, fucking Drake trying to fire Strays the fucking Weekend. And
well, not even at Weekend, at EXO Cash, who is his manager. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Sir, what are you doing? Abel Tesfaye, like, he got big enough to like he did that like HBO show that like people really didn't like, but he's actually very charismatic. Like as an actor, it's just that he leans a little too hard into being sleazy, and apparently that was on purpose, but it doesn't really work.
Fair enough, yeah.
Like he's famous enough to have a Fortnite skin for like 3 months in the
yeah. What the fuck? But yeah, like, god, like, Billie Eilish became huge.
Speaking of musicians who have Fortnite skins, what do you guys think of Eminem releasing a new album this year?
Oh, and it's the death of Slim Shady. Jesus Christ.
Every time this guy gets like conceptual with one of his albums, I'm like, all right, I'll listen to it. And then every time I listen to it, and I'm just like, this is bad.
Yeah, it's like
maybe this will be the one. Maybe this will be the first good Eminem album since the Marshall Mathers LP. That's right, I fucking said it. Eminem show's not good either.
Yeah, like, God, it's
a mixed bag.
Incidentally, one thing I do find really funny is that one of my favorite like people on YouTube to talk about hip hop, Mike Seatown, sort of not like in a
the dude from Dead End. I know who that is. Okay.
He stepped back from doing like main channel stuff for Dead End Hip Hop. The like day that the Drake Kendrick feud went the fuck off, and he hates Drake. So that's like such an unfortunate coincidence, because I would want to see.
There is not a shortage of music YouTubers who hate Drake. To be fair, I know, but I will say
OG hater, has hated him for over a decade.
I will say something to be said about the whole Drake Kendrick thing. Got me to watch an Anthony Fantano live stream. So
yeah.
It was the one where he was listening to Not Like Us, and the man was dressed up. Yeah,
the fucking funeral suit,
I just want to say, he was dressed like Spider Jerusalem. It was very funny.
Yes, it was hilarious. And it's it's just taking this such perverse glee in just...
I hate how much I was in tune with Anthony Fantano in that moment.
Anthony is... He has reviewed all of Drake's projects. He has listened to more Drake than any of us.
I watched that fucking compilation too. It was just Anthony Fantano hating Drake for 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I love the bit where he's arguing with this other guy. I have no idea who he is.
The guy who's the #1 Drake stan, who he's done a couple of things talking to this guy.
And he was and the other guy is like, no, dude, haven't you ever gone for a Drake and drive? And it's just what are you talking about? What the fuck is a Drake and drive?
I've heard about this. I haven't seen that particular bit.
It's really... I will send you the video. It's very good.
That is... I'm aware of, that being a meme. This poor man being so earnest and annoying. It's just
it's very...
This guy is probably going through it right now.
I will say this. I have some level of sympathy for the people who were just I don't know anything about the dude personally. I just like his music. I've been there with other other kinds of artists or content creators or whatever. But the people who were no, you don't get it. Drake is the greatest of all time. Those people, I'm like...
yes.
It's
goblin.
Your guy has been,
the throne has been deposed.
Yeah.
It's this man was the second biggest pop star on earth. And now a substantial part of the music industry does not want to work with him.
Yeah.
And
I do wonder. I do wonder to what degree this will impact him going forward. I think I saw somebody...
A lot of people trying to drain him of his energy.
Yeah. I do think somebody, I forget who it was. It might have been Todd in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody on Twitter be like, what he's gonna do is he's just going to pretend this never happened and try to make the Drakiest Drake album of all time in 6 months.
Yeah.
And it will do well, but not as well as his previous stuff has done. And I honestly, that might be enough for me.
Excuse me.
Now, if he's actually guilty of all the things that he's been accused of, then obviously I hope he rots in hell. But
that's... But
we just, at this point, we don't really know.
We do not know. And
I will say, I wouldn't be surprised, but we don't need to go there.
I mean, if so, there's a possibility that the RCMP will be at his doorstep. Doing the one-based thing.
Do they bring the horses out?
Drake being arrested by Mounties is...
It's the funniest shit possible.
We're writing fan fiction now, but it's funny fan fiction. I'm just saying,
they are the Canadian feds. That's what they're called.
That's what they do. By the way, just so people know that I'm not literally just sitting here doing nothing, what I'm trying to do at present is update Isaac.
Yeah.
But I have a bunch of mods installed, so it's taking about 1 billion years. None of this will happen. That's quite possible.
I mean, it's possible. Who knows?
Like, the music industry is full of, he'll just move to Switzerland.
He'll do a Polanski. God. But Polanski got,
we both thought of it at the same time.
Yeah,
awful bad.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, oh god. But Polanski wound up back in the U.S. and he got arrested. So, we just have to wait 30 years and then Drake accidentally sets foot in Canada again.
Yeah.
And he's fucked.
Anyway. Drake is a bad person who makes bad music.
Yes.
Anyone in this thread smoke weed?
Incidentally, I do just want to say, the fact that there have been multiple disses by random a random teenager on Twitter dropped
okay. Do you know the story here, which is the whole thing that facilitated this happening?
Was that Metro Boomin created with essentially
an instrumental.
An instrumental with a weird Vocaloid thing that was based around a loop of a voice saying BBL Drizzy.
Yeah.
In a soul voice.
Why do I have Toho characters in? What fucking mods did I install? Yeah, okay. I have no idea what this is going to be.
Powerful.
But yeah, no, Metro Boomin made this instrumental and was
C to open Dead Sea Scrolls.
I have not played Isaac in about 1,000 years, by the way, so I'm going to do very poorly. And he was just anybody who wants to record on this can do so, and I will give a free additional beat to whoever has the best verse. So, since he posted this, it's just been literally hundreds of just random people recording over this instrumental. Some good, some bad, some very bad, but, there was
Drake told him to shut up and make some drums.
So he did, yes.
that is exactly what he did.
Yeah.
The one
he wants some more.
Yeah.
Metro Boomin wants some more.
If young Metro don't trust you, etc., etc. The big story about to come out of this particular part of things has been random 17-year-old kid who works at a bowling alley who's raps under the name Inverse. His verse got a lot of attention because it was very good, and he recorded it a couple hours after the instrumental went up. Yeah. So it was one of the first ones to really pop off. I have since heard some other good ones too. People are using
a Japanese battle rapper.
Yeah, Banks. Banks Triple P, I think his name is, who I was not familiar with prior to this, but is apparently a known quantity in some places. There's a French guy. It's been very funny. The entire internet coming together to be hey, fuck this guy. It's been very cathartic.
The collective, if Drake isn't over, then Drake will be over party.
Yeah.
Just...
And, not to... Ooh.
Oh, no.
Okay. I'm just gonna play as a regular character now, I think. What about, Kane?
I like Judas's funny pat.
Is Fez? It's a reference to the developer of Fez. Yeah, okay. The game is also just called Fez. Phil Fish, yep.
Yeah, that would indeed be Phil Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
remember when the entire internet hated Phil Fish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the whole thing. I'm not gonna
It
say
was.
that guy is like, you
He's
know,
like he's a
a saint or
cantankerous
anything,
dude,
but
but
the whole thing of like Phil Fish decided to stop making video games, so we're all gonna harass Phil Fish. That was kind of weird. And I
yeah,
know
it's
somebody in the world, maybe they won't see this video, but if they do, would have the thought, ah, but Jane, isn't this hypocritical? You just said that you thought it was good when everyone was harassing Drake. The big difference is that Phil Fish is not like omnipresent in the world, despite the fact that I fucking hate him. So I'm gonna say that that's the difference. There's other differences, but that's one of them.
yeah. I mean, that's like one of many,
They are
and
both
it's also like
Canadian.
also to my understanding, like Phil Fish has apologized for a lot of the stuff that people were upset at him about. Like, but people tend to ignore that.
Imagine Drake showing remorse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, okay? If I wanted to listen to a Canadian guy yap about himself for several hours, I would just watch Northern Lion.
Yeah.
Real.
I'm just remembering
Can
that.
I
like,
say, by the way,
yeah.
as has been demonstrated by things that I've said over the past couple hours, very grateful for the word yap returning to the collective dictionary. Because now I have a way to describe my personality.
Oh, don't be like that.
Ah, no, I'm not insulting myself. I just enjoy talking.
Yeah.
Not always good at it, but, like, it's fun.
Yeah, same.
Like,
And then
earlier, like, some people were in chat asking me about my anime opinions, and I was like, hell yeah. I am in my element. The matchstick. I would rather have the lockpick.
I'm obligated to mention it because it's one of my favorite games, and we were just talking about it. Fez is really good.
Yeah, no, Fez is a good time.
It's like
it has not aged a day.
I can't even be like that about like its creator, given that something that I cherish as. Oh my god! Okay, let me back up from the microphone a bit. Something that I cherish so much was like the end result of, his work.
Yeah, no, Fez is like that kind of game is not even really my thing, but Fez is like one of the best examples of it. Just like really involved puzzle game. It's just like how could you hate on Fez? Like, say what you will about Phil Fish at the end of the day, but like Fez is an all timer.
The composer on that one also worked on Hyper Light Drifter, which I feel like if we're not gonna live in the universe where Fez 2 exists, then that's probably as close as any video gaming experience has gotten to replicating it thus far.
Interesting.
It's like a different genre, a completely different like setting and style and everything, but the emotions of the two experiences are pretty close in tone, I think. And part of it is the music, but part of it is also just like the setting and the way that the story is told.
Interesting. No, okay. I actually own Hyper Light Drifter, but I've never played it. I got it in like a bundle or something.
I booted it up on my Steam Deck like a month ago, and I haven't gotten like super duper far in it, but I can say all of that while having only like been maybe a quarter or so into the game, which is high praise.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I'm glad that you found your Fez 2, so to speak.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the only game I've ever played that really reminds me of Fez is Void Stranger.
Fair.
Which that is one of the best things that I played last year. I should go through that game again and maybe stream it this time, because like that game is Void Stranger is like, I don't even know what to say about Void Stranger. Void Stranger is maybe one of the best games ever made. Like, not to get hyperbolic, but like, dude.
Lean into it.
Yeah.
The closest thing that I've really done to any gaming recently was, and I need to get back to it, was beginning Umineko no Nako Koroni.
Oh yeah, hey, that happened in between the last time we.
When the cicadas cry.
Yeah. Umineko was when the seagulls cry.
Higurashi no Nako Koroni is when the seagulls cry. Umineko is like.
Hey.
The closest thing actually isn't technically seagulls, it's more specific. It's the equivalent of the English word seamew, or a sea cat, which is an old-fashioned term for a type of seagull. But yeah, it's a type of seagull. It's a black-winged gull. Yeah.
My turn now.
Yes.
So yeah, that's another thing that's happened between. My city now. Between like the last time we streamed and this stream, which is I have played Umineko. And it's like one of my favorite things.
All I know about it is stuff that I learned secondhand via television tropes and idioms.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Like, it is not the kind of thing I would recommend to most people necessarily. You'd have to, like... I think it helps to have at least, like, a broad idea of what you're getting into.
Right.
What the hell am I looking at here? Anyway. But, like, it's just... Like, it's a really interesting story told in a very interesting way. Despite there not being any actual gameplay per se, there is kind of an interactive element because it is a murder mystery. But it's, like a very strange one with a lot of, metafictional elements and other stuff going on. Also, like... One of the main characters is a witch, and I like that.
Fair.
Yeah. Also, it is...
Is she the one with the purple eyes?
Well, okay, there's a couple witches in the game. One of them has purple eyes. You're thinking of Berngustiel, who has, like, blue hair, and wears a black dress.
And has funky expressions.
Oh, that's everybody in the game.
I guess,
but
everybody does.
Most the one who has like the most meme expressions with the orange blonde hair is and the pipe is Beatrice.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who like the whole meme of her saying mean things to the main character.
Battler. If Santa Claus doesn't exist, how come this present has his name on it?
Oh my god.
It's extremely peak.
It was the Easter Bunny, clearly.
And then you just put in the fucking, like, JPEG of Battler crying. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm not even that far in, and he's so endearingly stupid. Well, not even stupid, he's just oblivious.
Yeah.
Like, he tries so hard.
But yeah, no, as of finishing that game, I have, like, completed a traditional Japanese visual novel, which is something that I didn't know that I had the attention span for, but apparently I do.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get back to Witch on the Holy Night, which is also that, and I started like a couple months ago. I'm dead.
Oh no.
It's okay. We'll do another run or two. Ooh, the treasure disc.
But yes, I like. Also, there was, what thing happened, which I found out about through just the silliest way that I possibly could have. I found out that 3 years ago, Andrew Hussey released an actual traditional visual novel.
You're very hung up on this. That seems like something he would do.
I know, exactly. It? No, it makes perfect sense that he would, because the fact is, as I have said before, and I think you were the one who originally made the joke, despite having not read it, but I agree.
Homestuck is a visual novel.
Homestuck is a visual novel, yes! And it's like, it makes perfect sense that he'd make, like, a straight visual novel. Well, not straight, very gay, but, like, what... There are many things about Andrew Hussey. Anyway, he made one in, like, 2021, and I didn't hear about it until 2024, which is weird.
I don't know exactly why this is the case. I get the impression that a good chunk of Hussey's fans are not on board with him anymore. Yeah, like, I don't know what exactly happened. Or if even anything happened, it's just that, like, he doesn't make Homestuck anymore, and they don't. I don't know.
I think it's a couple of things. Like, there's just like
a planetarium. Okay.
Oh, this is neat. But yeah, it's like there's a couple of layers to, like, whatever the heck is going on with that. What was I even gonna say? But yeah, I do think that, like, Homestuck ending and then the continuations not being terribly well received, although that he was only broadly involved in, like, planning stuff for them, kind of soured some people.
Our avowed Homestuck fans here looking at each other, like, Shredney and I are visually, like, exchanging just the like, knowing glance of,
like, the drama surrounding
the epilogues.
Yeah, like, not even the epilogues, because, like, the epilogues were divisive, but, like, people were, more on board with them than Homestuck 2.
Oh dear.
Like, that one is way more divisive. Like, there are not a lot of people who like those.
I know Mala does.
Yeah, I know, like,
friend of the channel.
Yeah, friend of the channel. Who is,
I have missed saying friend of the channel.
Yeah.
It's the little things, really. Fully skip
they
that
are
deal with the devil
rare Homestuck 2 fan,
that
and
deal with the devil.
more power to him, frankly. Like, I'm not gonna, like, be like rude in terms of, like, people really liking, something that is, like, kind of not super well liked. I can honestly respect that more than people who are
Wonder Egg priority number one defender appears above my head and points to me.
Man, God, I need to watch
literally having Pickle and Peanut figures.
That's actually probably, like, the most, like, not respected out of any of these, and I'm not saying that to razz you, I'm just saying, like, I respect the dedication.
No. Make fun of me for it.
No.
Man, what is...
It's endearing. Fuck you.
God, what is the weirdest thing that I stand that, like, definitely is like, not worth standing? I'm sure I'd have to look at my analyst for this one. Because I'm sure I have, like, some thing that I am that way about, realistically. Probably music. Probably something related to music. I mean, the closest thing that I can think of is that I'm, like... This is, like, such a bizarre deep cut, but, the truly bizarre French sort of black metal band Diopsic maybe?
Never heard of them.
Oh, boy.
They're like... Sobsum. Hello, Wolfie.
Hello. But yeah, it's It's like it would talk about having like weird problematic faves. They made like a fucking blackened alt rock album with trap elements. It's very strange.
Like electronic trap or
more like the southern hip hop subgenre.
Even better.
It's so fucking weird. They're also like hardcore unironic Satanists.
Fair.
Because black metal.
And question because depends on which particular sect, maybe.
I think they're theistic Satanists.
Well, nonetheless.
And also because they're a French black metal band, they're really questionable, in ways I am not comfortable with.
All right, well, we don't need to get into that.
We're not going to get into that, but I'm just saying it's definitely in that area of, the Benoit Blanc, meme, makes no goddamn sense. Compels me though.
It's a good image macro. I should watch those movies sometime. I feel like I'd like them.
I have seen Knives Out, and I really like it. It's not perfect by any means, but it is a solid mystery film.
Listen, it's good when you quit James Bond just to do that.
Yeah, that's great.
I respect the hell out of that move, to be honest.
Shout out to Daniel Craig.
Yeah, if I played James Bond in a series of very successful films, I would be doing that for the rest of my life, because you know what that is? That's a paycheck.
That is. Yeah, that's...
I respect the integrity to be like, fuck this, Anna, actually.
I am going to play, what if Hercule Poirot were a gay married Southern man? Peak.
Many such cases. This is the other thing. we have started saying peak a lot over the past 2 years. So.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. The evolution of slang in the time that we.
I don't even know if I think that was a thing people did say back then, but we didn't know enough shonen fans to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, just sort of the semi-ironic use of the term peak.
Nice, from peak fiction.
Yes. Granted, referring to something as peak fill-in-the-blank was a thing, and I did do that. But also, I'm just sort of thinking about, the gradual rise of the term based, which I have been using for a very long time.
Lil B.
Yeah, I did it because of fucking Lil B.
One of our generation's greatest.
Yeah,
just humans.
Oh god. Lil B entering into this beef. No, I was thinking earlier with the Post Malone thing is man, I wonder if Post Malone is sleeping well.
Possibly. I'm not a huge Post Malone fan either, but...
Yeah, but at the same time...
G-Wagon, all the housewives pulled
man, hi, Wolfie. I forgot to say earlier. But yeah, I don't know. It's... Also, Post Malone's career has had an interesting trajectory.
Hey, I heard he made his last album was depressing and was mostly folk music.
He very clearly he made this really introspective, sad album about him wrestling with severe anxiety and depression. And it was clear that the record company was not comfortable with that, so he just threw in a pop song with Doja Cat into the middle of it.
And I heard that song everywhere.
And it's pretty clear he didn't want to do it.
Everywhere.
He shoehorned it into the structure of the album.
Oh, I do agree. Actually, like to just divert into Gogo's point. By the way, he does actually look way better with a full
He
beard.
does look way better. That man.
Most guys, I think, look better clean shaven. Post is an exception.
Yeah, there are like a couple of guys who look better with like a beard, and he's one of them. But yeah, he seems to be like after that, like it's quieter, but he seems to be doing okay at least.
I do like, by the way, that the depressing guitar record came out the same year as the promotion with Raising Cane's.
Yeah,
that's a real duality of mankind moment.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
an unfortunate college night was spent with Raising Cane's.
Yeah, I mean,
Indeed.
I had it right down the street. It was right there.
Incidentally, when I was thinking of people will mosh to anything, I was actually thinking of Post Malone. Like with Post Malone, it was specifically "I Fall Apart" that popped into my head. Was that apparently people do mosh to that, and it's like
that's
like that song specifically. The like really mopey, self-loathing breakup song.
Got a paycheck for opening Tortured Poets Department tour. I didn't know he was oh no, the record, right? Because he's on that one song. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. Paramore was one of the opening acts for Taylor at one point.
Yeah, my sister saw her on the Eras tour.
God,
actually,
I think about this sometimes. Taylor Swift and I are from the same city.
Yeah, it's weird.
And like, she's like a bit older than me, so we never directly interacted. But like, I have known people who knew her family, and that's just like a very weird like.
That's gotta feel weird.
Wonder,
sometimes the world is too small.
I do wonder what my bacon number would be for Porter Robinson.
Man,
by the same logic.
Yeah.
Oh, like the thing is, because like
what is this?
Because I hang out with noise people, I'm like very small degrees of separation from a bunch of people who aren't famous but are like cult figures. So it's like, like I know people who've worked with people who like are not like are very, very far from household names, but are like people that if you know, kind of.
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like recently,
do I want to say this?
Like a friendly acquaintance of mine played a show with like a bunch of weird acts, but one of them was Murderous Vision.
Neighbor of the #1 artist on Spotify.
Yeah.
Not neighbor. Even as a kid, she apparently lived in like the nice part of Reading. But
it's like it's
same city.
Yeah, it's like it is not a large city.
It is not. There's also a pagoda in Reading. People don't know this.
Oh, I remember the Reading pagoda vaguely. Like it's one of those things that it's like, huh?
It's a local landmark. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's a thing that people bring up sometimes. God.
And then I moved to Allentown when I was like 5. So,
I remember that
#1 artist in the world. Honestly, she might be at this point. At least she's at least up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
English speaking world, like absolutely. Like there's no.
Yeah.
Like it's just really surreal because like I remember because like Taylor Swift first blew up when I was in middle school, and then by the time I was in high school, she was enough of a name that like people in my grade like had her on notebooks and stuff. There was like Taylor Swift merchandise that could be purchased, and I thought that was crazy at the time. And now it's more than a decade later, and she's more famous than she's ever been, and it's like, it's one of the, I don't even I like Taylor Swift music just fine. I'm not like a huge fan or anything. It's just like it's just weird. It's one of those sliding doors.
Man, I'm just out of curiosity. I'm gonna see because you mentioned in the English speaking world, I immediately thought, I wonder how popular Taylor Swift is in India. Because
South there's
Asia
a lot of maybe not there. I don't know.
England is India and Pakistan and Bangladesh. English is one of the most common second languages all over there.
Let's check to see whether or not the tour made it out there.
Let's see.
Her self-titled came out when I was 3. I'm old.
Good lord.
It's all good, Wolfie. But yeah, no, it's crazy. There've been a couple other artists. It was Wiz Khalifa was a phenomenon for a while. He's from Pittsburgh, but that's still Pennsylvania. Same with Mac Miller, rest in peace. Some of those guys are from broadly our neck of the woods. But Taylor Swift is easily the most famous person who was born in the Lehigh Valley. It's not even close. Stream returns to dust live on stream, not clickbait. Yeah.
Famous people from my part of the world. P.D. Pablo.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a Billboard India songs chart, but I am not sure what's I think it primarily just covers stuff that's actually made in India and adjacent countries.
I almost wonder if you could get a better idea by looking at the Spotify chart or something. I don't know.
IMI International Top 20.
Well, at least in the U.S., isn't Like That the number one song right now still, or did it fall off this week?
I don't know. I'm gonna at the moment, just the. I was just looking at the past things that have been at the top of the.
Technically.
Okay. According to the charts from the IMI, which is the big sort of music conglomerate thing in India, according to their international top 20 singles, biggest song on there right now is "Fortnite" by Taylor Swift featuring.
All right,
Post
there
Malone.
You go. Yeah.
The one immediately before it, a couple weeks ago, was "Has Has" by Diljit Dosanjh, Sia, what, and Greg Kurstin. Oh, huh.
That's a random lineup.
Them production credits.
Yeah. I remember when I thought Sia was cool. We don't need to relitigate this.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Oh boy.
The creator of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Let's go.
Not Maya Laro or Dave Willis.
Sia dropped a new album. I'm sure she did, but
I'm sure she did. Oh man.
Okay, let's see.
If somebody else listens to it, I'm not gonna judge them super hard, but I'm just I'm good.
Okay, I'm looking at the Billboard 200. Wait, this is the album charts. Oh, but "We Don't Trust You" is number 2 on the album charts.
Yo.
Between Tortured Poets Department and Cowboy Carter. Incidentally.
Future is another one who I've watched the rise of this man in my lifetime.
Yeah,
dang.
It's weird how big Future is.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, to my understanding, the recent album, he shows like a little more lyrical versatility than he has before. Like,
well, I mean, and it doesn't surprise me too much. Like, he was originally like a Dungeon Family guy, and if you listen to like his really old stuff, it sounds nothing like what he does now. It's like kind of outcasty almost.
Yeah, it's like that honestly that makes sense in retrospect. Is like, you know, like
back when his name was Meatball.
Okay, let's where oh god, okay, there's the Hot 100. All right. Fortnite is at the top of the Hot 100. Oh my god, there's so much Swift. Like, yeah, Fortnite, Down Bad, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, Tortured Poets Department, So Long London. God, there's so much Swift.
What's the highest thing that's not by Taylor Swift?
Let's see. I have to scroll past ads. Oh boy, she's taken up the top 14 slots.
Wow.
Beautiful Things by Benson Boone, followed by Too Sweet by Hosier. Okay. Yeah, like Hosier has come back recently.
The return
like that
of
is at number 17.
Okay.
It's damn high. Lose Control, Push-Ups is still like, again, the first one he dropped and it was leaked of that side of the beef is
like,
still the one that people
like,
actually like.
I will give the guy a limited amount of credit with the obvious usual caveats. Like Push-Ups and even Family Matters are like pretty decent songs.
Yeah, it's like
if they were about anything else,
yeah,
they
like,
would be
it is some of his, like, musically speaking, he has been doing better work there than he's been like doing with like anything else he's done in years.
Which is one of those things where it's like, that's kind of damning in its own way, isn't it? Because like you had to have somebody like light a fire under your ass to actually like give shit about your music.
Also,
but anyway,
like also near the number 18 is Lose Control by Teddy Swims. I have never heard of this person.
Familiar,
yeah. Okay, there is. Oh my god! Like, I'm just moving between the Taylor Swift songs because there's so many. Like, the woman has taken over the. Wait, this is actually I think this is from like. Oh, is this? Okay, this is of May 4th. Okay, that's cool, I think the most recent. Yeah, but this was. Oh, we haven't seen like the impact of the last couple diss tracks because all of this stuff is listed as new. So yeah, this is like we're gonna see what happens in like a couple of days.
Yeah, I wouldn't be super surprised if none of the second round tracks chart super high.
I wouldn't be surprised if Not Like Us gets surprisingly high.
Maybe. Yeah,
because it's a banger.
It's a good song. Like I'm not.
Yeah, it's like not just is it a very effective diss. You like again. I saw footage from like clubs and stuff of people like losing it to that song and dancing.
It's
day
Kendrick
of
doing the Drake routine better than Drake.
The day of where like all of these clips were coming out of people dancing to it at parties was very funny. I don't know how many of those parties are representative of the general public. That's I am not somebody who goes to clubs, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like God, it's like it's just it was wild to see like dozens of people like freaking out and like just getting down to a song eviscerating a man's character.
I also want to say Rick Ross has put in a surprisingly good showing throughout all of this as like the hype man for the Kendrick side. Just making all of these like, and Rick Ross is I have kind of come around on Rick Ross as a musician over the last several years. However, I've always enjoyed his work as like a social media guy.
Yeah. Also, in retrospect, like, okay, one of my favorite memes to come out of all this is the whole J. Cole getting endorsements from bath bombs and frolicking in the flowery fields.
Genuinely.
Watching the Cars trilogy.
Enjoying the idyllic rural landscapes of North Carolina.
Yes.
People could argue ooh, is it an L that he backed out of the thing? I don't know. Who cares? This whole thing was never about J. Cole.
The biggest winner out of all of them.
I have a I had this.
Well, no, the whole thing of people just making posts of J. Cole is enjoying the sunset while we're sipping from some refreshing lemonade.
J. Cole
this entire genre of
J. Cole is brewing a hot cup of lavender herbal tea while reading a nice book. It's just it's very good. It was I was very during the initial thing I was very annoyed at Cole for many reasons. I have reasons to dislike J. Cole, but at the same time, in retrospect, not only was the whole apologizing on stage thing a good idea in now that we see what's happened, but it was I kind of respect how brazenly uncool it was.
I don't know if I'd say I respect it, but I understand where he's coming from. I think.
No, I don't know. It's again, it is such a the man ate crow to such a degree, and he knew it was gonna look bad, and he did it, and it was that was the right thing to do.
Probably
get the fuck out.
I have heard, and this is a rumor, so
that Schoolboy Q warned him.
Yeah, the whole thing of Schoolboy Q allegedly calling him and being you don't want to be involved with this.
You don't want no smoke.
Yeah,
you
I'm
do
not.
Apparently not even in a threatening way, in a hey, just so you know, kind of way. Which
there's the whole thing felt weird on so many levels. Everything about his involvement, it was just
what the hell is that?
Oh wow, that's wild.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. I don't know what I do about
this. There's a freaky monster. Oh dear.
Okay. Do I have to kill that thing? Okay, that was. That was weird.
Weird.
I hate the sound this thing makes, by the way. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
I can hear a little of it. I think you need to kill its company. What's its?
Possibly.
It's the additional when it throws them at you.
No, it's not that. Is it that I need to get it to hit this? Yeah, okay. And I press the button.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
Okay.
It's gotta be a third button somewhere. Yeah, right. I'm smart. But
okay.
Yeah. No, the whole feud has been I have been you remember that old meme that people used to use where it was just a lady in a bath towel sitting on her couch looking at the TV and sipping tea? That's just been me the past several days.
Yeah, I have just sort of. This is kind of the most invested I've been in popular music in a while.
I think a lot of people feel that way. And I have seen some takes to the effect of like, ooh, people only care about hip hop when there's a feud going on. I don't think that's true. I think it's just been a while since there's been like a big event.
Yeah, it's like...
Because, I mean, last year was kind of infamously like a little bit dry musically.
Nothing burger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like there was still good stuff. Like,
yeah.
you know, like Earl Sweatshirt released a really good album last year. Yeah. Like, but it was all last year, more stuff that's like a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit more underground. Like both like Arm & Hammer and solo Billy Wood stuff.
Yeah.
Recently that like I still need to like listen to in full, but apparently
Aesop Rock's new record from last year was really good.
Yeah, like there's and like there are also, like, if I'm not mistaken, like in the last like year or two, like there's been stuff by like a bunch of underground people, like I think Backwash and More Mother have done stuff.
Yeah, I heard
which is like
that.
Way more out there.
Most people don't care for the Little League. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's inherently, right, like any kind of music that is even remotely underground is just like more of a niche interest. The reason big mainstream music events are compelling is because everybody can be like, you know, oh, what's going on over here? Like, you know, you can kind of lean in and, you know, be part of the crowd. And that's fun. It's just kind of the human desire to be like part of the conversation. Just so, by the way, just to let everybody know about this ahead of time, after I finish this run, I'm probably going to call it a night. We have been streaming for 3 hours at this point, so, hey.
Oh. Yeah.
Impromptu Shapes and Forms episode,
but
I guess.
Okay. Incidentally, like, while Backwash's most recent, like, they finally put the, like, her mixtape from 2022 finally went up on Apple Music, actually. It's been on Bandcamp for, you know, since, like, 2 years ago at this point, almost. But she dropped a new song, like, just last month. So, neat. Cool. I should get around to listening to that. I've been meaning to listen to the said mixtape. His happiness shall come first, even though we are suffering. To just give you an idea of the fucking title of this thing.
That's a good title. Like,
yeah, it's
a bit long,
album,
but
about the album in question. Yeah, it's like, it is a very like black metal-y title, frankly. Although
a big sign appears above my head that says "Girl whose last album was called The Opal Palace, pillared by autumnal lanterns."
Indeed, yes. And also her previous album was "I Lie Here Buried with My Rings and My Dresses," which is also a good title. The single is just called "Wake Up." So that's concise. But yeah, like
But yeah, you know, music is cool.
Yeah.
Also been watching a lot of good anime lately. Been happy about that. I watched Air recently, the 2005 Kyoto Animation show. When I started it, I was like, this might end up being one of my favorite anime ever. It didn't get quite to that level, but I still liked it quite a lot.
Fair.
Very, like, there's a lot I could say about, like, the writing and whatnot. The important thing to know about Air is that it has impeccable vibes. Like, it is extremely summer and extremely 2005. You know, it's got a very, like, of its period art style. It's got, like, a lot of very saturated backgrounds, a lot of intense colors.
Yeah.
A lot of very, like, strongly evocative imagery. It's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm happy for you, Wolfie. But yeah, no, it was a good time. I'm glad I watched it. The people I was watching it alongside did not like it nearly as much as I did, but you know,
Right.
it is what it is. Air in summer, yeah.
Yeah. I should give Air a shot, given like back
You'd
when I was
probably
younger,
like
I
it.
used to kind of have like a low key aversion to that sort of whole school of Nakige adaptation stuff. Like, and I've kind of like evolved past that as a person.
Yeah.
As
I
I've
do
accepted the
think,
fact that I'm a massive sap.
yeah, like I am also a massive sap. However, I will say, I do think it falls into some of the same traps as like Jun Maeda's later work. But
Yeah, I get you.
it's not as much of just like a death blow to the to the narrative as it is in some of the other ones.
Yeah.
As a Maeda fan, I should watch it. If you like his other stuff, you will like Air. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I have like I remember watching a review of the actual Kanon visual novel and like kind of coming to this.
Can I just say, by the way,
myself.
like just to interject real quick, if you wonder why you shouldn't take our opinions on rap music seriously, it's because we have now segued into talking about a visual novel from 2005.
Yeah, like
at least my opinions. I don't know about anybody else here.
I mean, like I as I said, I have an annoying like hipster goth opinions on most things.
You know.
So, like, I mean, again,
I have diverse interests, and I am.
Yeah, it's like
only like, a little ashamed of that fact.
Like one of my favorite hip hop albums is Clippings There Existed an Addiction to Blood.
Yeah, that's one of those things where every time you mention it, I do have to be like, you nerd.
Yeah, I mean it's like it combines several of my favorite things, which is like weird, interesting production, lots of kind of fun features and things, but also half the features are like fun hip-hop features and half of them are fun if you're a fan of like harsh noise features like Pedestrian Deposit and the Rita.
I remember thinking that there was a feature for Pedestrian, as in like the Anticon rapper on that album, and being a little bit disappointed.
I mean, that wouldn't be out of character either. The idea of Pedestrian and Pedestrian Deposit being on the same song is kind of fun. Pedestrian Deposit are like
tactics for a little bit of extra action there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pedestrian Deposit are like they do like weird, ominous, dark ambient shit, sort of like lots of like sort of use of non-musical sounds in a surprisingly musical way, which, you know, like that's not unheard of even in like less experimental hip-hop, like throwing that sort of thing in. So it fits especially because like they're on the song Attunement, which is like the biggest bummer on that album, but like maybe the least horror-y in terms of lyrics. Because it's just about being extremely depressed.
Many such cases. But yeah, Air. It's cool. I liked it.
Yeah. But yeah, like, yeah. I don't know.
Holds up a sign that says, "Ask me about my anime opinions."
Yeah, same. Now, like, in terms of things that I'll defend well, okay, this is more like a thing of that, like, it has a weirdly low rating on both Analyst and Mal, because Analyst and Mal are full of fucking posers, is I Will Die on the Hill of Alien 9 being a fucking classic.
I feel like that's not actually a controversial opinion.
I mean, it's not controversial with people who like
have seen it,
are Alien 9 fans. Yeah, like it's like the kind of thing that like people get obsessed with. It's like that kind of thing.
Chat,
Like,
how do
like,
we feel about Imagine Dragons, One Republic, and Youngblood having songs in anime?
Oh my god.
Here's the thing, okay?
Yeah.
Inherently... Sorry, hold on. I'm getting pinged on Discord, and I just want to make sure it's not my housemate pinging me for something important. Oh, it's Win saying I'm down. I would invite them to the call now, but we are going to be wrapping up shortly. I will let them
Oh no. Oh no. We need to get like, you know, I am.
We'll make
I'm
like
sad that
we'll make like
when
a calendar.
only just pinged us about this because
hello Mugcord YouTube
I would love them to be back here.
But yeah,
for like the full. But we're gonna be back.
True. But yeah, no. Regarding the question that we were asked, my personal opinion is that like it's not inherently any worse to have like an American artist, or I think Youngblood might actually be Canadian, but whatever, on your opening theme than the Japanese one. I do think it makes obvious the extent to which some of these things are being sold on the committee side of like
marketing to Western audiences.
Yeah, like we'll be able to sell this to Americans, and I think that's kind of lame.
Yeah, and I think that it's also like, and it's not even like that necessarily the thing of like, English speaking artists being like the sort of doing opening things because like fucking Oasis did the theme to East.
There are older examples. There's like Radiohead doing the ED to
Ergo Proxy.
I do want to point out though, those are all examples of pre-existing songs.
Oh yeah, and also like the famous what is often called the original OAV is from that like bizarre like shoujo OVA that has the bit in the middle of it which is just a music video for Let's Hear It for the Boy.
That OVA is beautiful.
Yeah, it's just fascinating.
My biggest like frame of reference I find myself thinking of would be Cyberpunk Edgerunners using that one Franz Ferdinand song.
Yeah, the Cyberpunk Edgerunners is weird because it embodies like so many things that I dislike about where anime is going, but the show itself is like actually very good, which I guess goes to show that like none of these things are inherently bad. It's just like it's when I can see like the sausage being made that I'm a little bit like, come on, man.
Yeah, wary there.
It's not like watch Ninja Comedy.
Also, like
I didn't like it very much.
I also like I would like to mention is that like one of the most iconic like mimetic.
No, it's bad, but like good call out though.
But like
I don't like it either,
but like one of the most iconic mimetic like 90s anime openings is by like it's like one of the only really good songs by an obscure Britpop band.
I don't know if Boa doing the opening for Lane counts because they were like not a known quality.
I mean that's true, but I'm just like pointing out is that like
again, I think you just wanted to show off that you know who Boa are.
I mean,
Like, not the singer, but like a different Boa.
Yeah, no, it's the group
like,
that did the Serial Experiments Lane opening. They were a
and
Britpop
you
band
don't seem
that never
to
really.
understand.
You don't need to sing it.
Yeah, no, it's a great song though. Like, admittedly, like they don't. It's like they were like very much like a C tier.
I will
band.
say,
like, not Britpop,
like,
but like God, what
Boa
is
Boa have
that
other
thing?
songs, and none of them are anywhere near that good. So
Yeah, no, like I mean,
I've figured out why they never became famous.
But it's like, but at the same time, they're like part of that like whole weird. Like I said, Britpop. I meant like, God, what is? It's like that thing that
it
was.
doesn't matter, Shredney.
No, it's like that scene, like bands like Echo Belly and stuff, right? Like that British guitar bands in the 90s.
Hey, why are we doing repeated what is the X of Y in chat? Not that I mind necessarily, but like
What is the Shaman King of Pokemon?
I mean, like the funniest one to
Pagan,
me
is that you?
Is that the New Zealand experimental noise rock band, the Dead Sea, were once referred to in like NME or something as the AMM of punk rock, and they were so baffled by this description. AMM were a famous sort of like free improvisation band who sort of were like a precursor to modern noise. But I'm just saying, it's like such a baffling description, which isn't necessarily wrong, but it's a really weird way to put it.
We might.
So they were, but I'm saying the Dead Sea were like so confounded and confuzzled by this description.
So confounded were they by their befuddlement
that they named a song the AMM of punk rock. In
I
their
was
next
gonna
album.
say Lil Uzi Vert, which same energy.
Yeah.
I mean, Wolfie. I mean, the Dead Sea kind of were like in some ways an early, arguably an early post-rock band. Christ. Like if you listen to their, like Wolfie, something like Helen Said This.
No, stop. Hold on, Wolfie. What is your favorite Godspeed You Black Emperor album? There's a right answer. I will be judging you if you pick incorrectly. I await with bated breath.
I was surprised to find myself as hooked in by Charlotte as I was.
The anime?
The anime, not the not the town. I did live there for a little bit, but
I have not seen Charlotte. I know it's like one of the more divisive things that he's been involved with, so that's interesting that you like it. Not to say that you're wrong, but like...
Yeah, it's one of those shows that my little sister was into, and ended up like watching as a result of that, rather than like being something that I would seek out on my own. So like, you know.
Who is posting from the Mugcord main account?
They have declined to say, which makes me think it's Tegan. But anyway,
I thought I saw Tegan like on his own account.
Tegan, the fact that Tegan is no longer here is what makes me think that's Tegan.
Okay, well, lift your lift your skinny fists like intense. Yeah, it is a very, very good album. And also does have a great title. I might actually like Slow Riot for New Zero Canada better. But that's... It has been a long time since I've listened to that one.
I do want to point out, by the way, that lift your skinny fists like antenna to heaven is the correct answer. Usually when somebody says there's a right answer, it's not the obvious one. This was a trick question. It's the obvious one. That's their best album.
There are people who would probably say Yankee UXO is on a similar level.
It's on a similar level, but it's not on the same level.
But again, and there are also people who would like take the position that I just, was like, there are definitely people who would say that like F sharp A sharp Infinity is their best album.
Again, F sharp A sharp Infinity, very, very good. Not as good as Lift Your Skinny Fists.
Like,
this is a case where like the consensus pick is the correct one.
It is a very, very good album, I will say. Interesting thing is, like, given that you like Godspeed You Black Emperor, you might actually like One Swan's album. Well, okay, a couple of them, but like mainly,
maybe.
Yeah, no, I just realized is like you might actually like Soundtracks for the Blind. I just realized that because like that's like the blueprint for most of what Godspeed have done. You see,
Mugcord Uwu, the Charizard of Godspeed You Black Emperor's albums, that's Yankee UXO. Source? Bro, just trust me.
Oh god, what's the... Alright, if that's the Charizard, then what is the Trubbish of Godspeed You Black Emperor?
Alright, now we're getting truly out in the weeds.
I mean, like, which is...
The stream's about to end, so, like, I guess that's fine, but...
But, I mean, the Trubbish being, of course, the one that I think is the best, actually.
You are the only person in the world who Trubbish is their favorite Pokemon, that's true.
Like... Yeah, Trubbish is way up there. Like, Trubbish and Sylveon, because Sylveon is transition goals. But, you understand. Although Trubbish is, like, vibes goals.
You want to be a trash bag with arms?
You
want to have trash bag with arms vibes?
An adorable trash bag with arms. One that is, like, moe through helplessness.
Let's see. I mean, like,
still like a trash bag with superpowers.
Like, it's not a bad Pokemon. It's just like, I want a Marini to hug my face. That would probably be very painful for you. Alright.
But,
we are officially back, by the way, because I just fucking won the game. Pokemon Vibes Goals Take-A-Ton. Nice. That's actually, like, very much... That's a good opinion.
Take-A-Ton...
And now I know it's Tegan, because Tegan has this whole thing about girls with hammers because of power.
I mean...
I'm on to you.
Valid. Extremely fucking valid. No,
I didn't say it wasn't valid. I just said I'm on to it.
That is like
the Gengar of Dua Lipa albums is future nostalgia.
So fucking true. It's so fucking true.
Oh, also, by the way, no, actually, another thing that happened while we were gone. There was another thing that happened while we were gone that is Godspeed You Black Emperor related. Their first album, which was Lost, they posted it on Bandcamp.
Yeah, Lost Media Found. Amy Rose has a hammer.
Holy shit.
True, Coco. Anyway, this kind of just turned into like a nearly complete like Shapes and Forms reunion, so I guess this banner is no longer a lie. But thank you guys for being here to just like help me kind of work through some technical stuff, make sure everything is
I'm doing. Speaking of one of my favorite. Speaking of one of my favorite Pokemon, I'm doing the Wobbuffet salute.
Yeah, of course. I will say, because Twitter is just like not a thing anymore. There is no longer an easy place for you to follow to get updates about when I will be live other than this YouTube channel. So if you want to be here for other streams in the future, hit subscribe, hit the bell, whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
Let's bring our boy back. This was still in here, by the way. I have no fucking idea where in my computer this goddamn picture is. Like,
call me Bobby Kennedy, the way I fuck with Maryland.
Look, Logic, we have officially because we have entered the era where we are embracing our Drake hate. We're gonna be like, look, we dunk on Logic so much, but
why is he here? You wouldn't understand. It's a long story.
Like,
okay.
A guy, I don't
Logic. I would.
As much.
Like, there's not like.
He seems fine.
Is that Logic? It is Logic.
Yes.
Okay, for the new people.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind is one of the worst.
No, stop. I need to explain. For the new people, for literal years, we had this whole thing about Logic where he would just come up a lot on stream, and we would,
yes,
it's calling it an in-joke as a stretch. I would call him the Pride of Orange of Shapes and Forms.
Yes. Oh no. You're right. Well, specifically, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind was the Pride of Orange of Shapes and Forms.
So, I see.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, like, this fucking picture was just still in here. I have no idea where this thing is on my computer, but it's somewhere. Just lurking in there. It's like a good luck totem, I guess. I don't know. How can I ban the streamer? True. But yeah, no, thank you guys for coming out.
You know how the entire internet is just like balancing on that one little piece of software that some furry wrote like 30 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That Logic photo is that.
It is. That is a load-bearing photograph.
It's somehow just somehow powering this whole thing. Is someone getting robbed outside? I don't think so, but it's not impossible. I do live in a major city.
I mean, like, around here, God, the loudest thing that is, like, around here is either random drunk 20-somethings or that this one dog that barks all the time that isn't ours. And then also occasionally foxes that get a little feisty.
Maybe yipping.
Yeah.
What does the fox say? That song's like fucking 12 years old now, isn't it?
God. Oh my God.
Sorry.
The Swedish singer Ylvis,
but
who I don't think has done anything that is remotely hit the American charts since.
Well, of course not. His only hit was a novelty song. That's a death sentence.
Yeah. Is a duo actually apparently Ylvis.
Can I just say, once again, like, genuinely thank you for you guys for being here. Everybody, both sides of the screen.
Yeah.
Both sides of the screen doesn't really make sense here. You know what I mean. When our next stream will be, I do not quite know. Do you think we could aim for, like, just sometime this month? Would that be good for everybody?
Yeah. Yeah,
what about you, Trey?
I'd like that.
If I'm here, I'm here.
Okay. You know, we're trucking. It's really weird because, like, or literally earlier today. Make sure to scream Pride of Orange. Fuck you.
Oh God.
Literally earlier today.
Since, by the way,
the Pride of Orange thing, that we could write fucking video essays about that at this point. Literally earlier today, to be sappy for a moment. Literally earlier today, I was watching one of the VODs from, God, like 2019, and it was like, I had this moment of, like, when I recorded this, I was like 25. I am now 30 years old, and it's like, time flies, and it's just like, I had fun doing these in the past, so I kind of wanted to see if we could do them again, and it's worked out way better than I thought it would. So
Revenge of the Shapes.
Revenge of the Shapes, yeah. I have to see if I can, like, kind of reconfigure the doodads to be more applicable to YouTube.
A couple of months ago, I linked, because the books came up, I linked the Warrior Cat stream VOD.
Yeah.
In one of like the servers I'm on with a bunch of my friends who like make like noise and power electronics. It was like, and it was like, hell yeah.
Remember RPG Minx was almost 40? I don't know who that is, but they have my support.
Over an hour, I think. I can't remember how long we talked about Warrior Cats continuously.
That was a surreal day. Anyway,
it was fun.
We keep going on. So I'm
played
going
Risk of
to
Rain that stream.
We did, yeah. There's a new Risk of Rain game. I forgot about that. Yeah, they made a third one.
Right.
Might have to pick that up. I don't know if it's any good. I haven't really looked into it, to be honest.
I think it's the first one, but like remade.
Yeah, it's a remaster, like a remake.
But either way, yeah.
They did something with the first one. Anyway, I will see you guys around. Thank you for coming out. How did we used to end these streams? We had like a thing that I don't remember what it was.
I think we had some kind of silly thing that we would do.
Well, I don't remember what the fuck it was. So so fucking true.